Hat tricks in the black going from left to right. It's Jamie Bussell against Johnny Ruiz. Puck is down, and here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Jesse Swanson, Fphl Schlepp, right at center ice on the Hat Tricks logo. What everybody been waiting for. Fans are on their feet. Swanson with his left hand grabs Schlepp. A couple of rights. Schlepp's helmet falls off. There's a right from Swanson. They're exchanging blows, waiting each other out. A right from Schlepp. Both helmets off. Swanson a big right. Referee's letting him go. A jab from Schlepp. Now a right from Swanson. They're tangled up. Right at center ice. Twirling around. A left from Swanson. Schlepp trying to get free. Right from Schlepp. They exchange blows right to the face. Swanson takes it. Fires one back. And that is it. How about that start? Prowlers tried to sneak AJ Schlepp on. They cannot. And now you might have Swanson against Brockway for some real payback. 2 seconds in, it was Schlepp against Swanson. And this could be ugly for Brockway. And here they go right off the jump. A couple rights, Brockway down, getting hammered from over the top. It was one punch, maybe two.
Koivuniemi. Boy, I tell you what, Lind and Mo are wrapped up in a battle. Koivuniemi, left side, Oscarson. His shot is tipped way out of play. Lind is going to go with Mo. Here they go. Mitts are finally off. They've had enough of each other, and they end up tumbling down after a couple of punches. Lind trying to get another one in there. Boy, that one had been building.
Caught Bussell with his head down and made him pay. Dislodged him of the puck. Hat tricks cannot clear. Huge hit along the far side boards. And Johnny Ruiz struggling. And Josh Tomasi is going to stand up for his teammate against Jamie Bussell. Ruiz laboring as he glides towards the bench. Tomasi against Bussell once again at the center ice logo. They engage. A right from Tomasi. Bussell keeps his feet. Big uppercut. Tomasi letting him feel it with the rights. Helmet off for Bussell, down to a knee, and the refs step in. That's a winner for Josh Tomasi. Deep. Mo Valley keeps it moving to the near side. Esposito had hopped his stick, took a big hit in the corner. And now Mo Valley comes over. Another fight. Mo Valley trying to get his hands free. Two strong individuals in the corner. And Mo Valley, once again,
radio station on 103 Rock. So glad you guys can be with us. A 4-1 lead right now for the home team. The Moccasins on top right now. And some extra activity right after the face-off. Everybody locking up below the goal line right now.
Looks like everybody's kind of got an dance partner, and Parker Mosko's taking some punches, but it's okay because he's not dropping the gloves.
Declan Conway and Parker Mosko going at it right now, locked up behind the Breakers' net.
We got round two at that, but I don't know if Parker's dropped his gloves, so he's not going to get a fighting on that.
O'Reilly into the zone, trying to get around two defenders, splits them and takes it deep. O'Reilly into the boards. Still trying to work that puck along as it's moved out. Fed ahead and moved off the boards one more time. Vigor comes away with it, whiffs on the pass, and now a fight back here. Quinn O'Reilly gonna go, spins back, as now O'Reilly takes one right to the face. Raymond going at him, throws 3, 4, 5, and O'Reilly is down. Raymond still punching. Back through towards the front, shot saved by Bernard, as now the Scarecrows trying to get it out. Big hit, and that's going to be a penalty. As now a fight breaks out, as again punches being thrown. Referee's trying to keep people back, and I do not have an angle on this one, folks. Sammy Bernard's helmet came off. Bernard gets it back. So 11 minutes left to go. As now Schmidt going after the bench there and jumped from behind, and they're not going to let him attack. As once again, Justin Schmidt pulled away. So Schmidt gets his hands free now. As two referees in there. He's talking to him. Lester Brown said something to him. The bench attacked Schmidt.
Favor of the Prowlers. And it looks like the hat-tricks have a power play for as of right now, so everything ended up evening itself up. Delory got hit after the whistle into the bench, and now Swanson drops his gloves and goes after a Prowler. Swanson looking for a partner, and now he rips a Prowler down, takes the helmet off. Graham's going to try and go after him. The refs are holding him back. Did a bunch of power plays, they just haven't cashed in. A save by Penton, and Schlepp right out in front of the crease. Schlepp pushing around a couple of hat tricks, and now Schlepp feels like he wants to get involved in this game, and a punch thrown by Tomasi with the right. Gloves of Schlepper down. The refs are in a wrestling match of their own, just trying to get these players away. One linesman falls down. Schlepp is throwing punches to Tomasi, who is down. Now they're still throwing punches. Oh boy, get that linesman out of there. That skate came up. Now Tomasi punching away. And now the linesman on top of him, trying to just prevent any further damage. It's a wrestling match. It's a dog pile in the crease. What in the world is going on?
Not only as far as Gill, one-timer by Ryder, floated through with traffic in front. There's a Wolf down right in front of Reed Cooper. It's Corgan. He was battling with Brockway. Now those two going at it in the crease. He'll drop the mitts. Corgan and Brockway. Brockway with a good overhand right. Brockway firing away with the left hand. And a decisive win for Ben Brockway. Now McDonald with plenty of room. Lets it go. It's blocked by Hakula. And now a fight behind the play. Austin Federley and Brad Ryder.
Dropping his mitts again.
Those little guys getting after it. Right in the high slot in the Prowlers' territory. They're swinging each other around. Ryder missed with a wild right. And Austin Federley ends up on top. Once after Marty. Graham and Henning. Graham and Henning at center ice. The two vets getting after it. And Henning with an overhand right. Graham coming back with some rights of his own. They hold each other at arm's length. Henning getting that right arm free under his jersey. Trying to throw some punches. Connecting on a few. And he and Graham have decided that they're done.
Shot slowed down on the way through by Craig. And then a big hit on Sirota, and he's slow to get up. And Shane Carr is going to drop the gloves with Trey Delory. Those two throwing haymakers with each other. A couple of rights and a couple of lefts.
The puck. We'll keep an eye on number 28. And now we've got a fight. Stoya stepping up for his teammate against Lair Patakin. Lair Patakin, 6'3", 220, out of Onion Lake, Saskatchewan. And he lands a couple onto Stoya.
Twin City feeling the pressure. Zach White looking to evade a check. Gus Ford comes over, and there's a hit, and here we go. Linesman getting in there, looking to separate everyone. We don't have a clean fight going yet, but there's definitely a couple of players locked together. Gus Ford, he wants a piece of Patrick Marcinkiewicz.
Up. And we're underway, and now we're no longer underway. Justin Henning and Ben Brockway are dropping the mitts. Henning fought Matt Graham last night. Now he goes for the young guy, Brockway, who tried to leap in there and then fell, and that plan didn't work exactly how he wanted it to. Referees, linesmen step in. Price. And now we have another. How about Brian Parsons and Zach Ross? This time the Prowlers veteran against the Wolves youngster. They swing each other around. Parsons trying to go over the top. Ross trying to get that right hand free, throws a right. Parsons trying to come back. Parsons swing with that left hand. Tries to come up over the top. Connected a little bit with that one. He just swings Zach Ross down to the ice. Yeah, taking off his sticks, surrounded by blue sweaters. Parsons with another opportunity, and now we have a fight between Shevers and Brockway over by the Wolves bench. Shevers trying for some uppercuts. Brockway's jersey is over his head. Shevers swinging away, and that will do it. And then Quinn Shevers just got himself tossed out of this game.
Play resumes here in the third period. And we're going to have a little fight here. Melanson. And the new fighter of this Rock Lobster team, Elias Thompson. Thompson with some uppercuts. Fans of hockey might have seen Elias Thompson, the BKFC Ice Wars in the offseason. Thompson looking to uncork that overhand right. Trying the uppercut. Melanson's got his right arm tied up pretty good. Thompson. Look at this, trying a single leg takedown there. Melanson falls to his back. Part of the pair to try and get it out. Both teams back at full strength. Terrain looking to unload one. We've got another fight here. And it looks like they went after Alden to try and get something back for what happened earlier on in this game against Ryman.
Poked ahead now to Reller, and Brezko blown up by Sabad. And we get a whistle. Kugler goes right after Sabad. Sabad turtles up. He doesn't want to answer for it. Kugler sticking up for his young teammate. And set the tone right away. Around it comes Schrum out of his net to cut down the angle. Oh, and then Schrum is run over. And Kugler is going to go after Texmo. Texmo's got Kugler down. They're still wrestling. Texmo just bowled Schrum over, and Kugler went right after him.
This crowd is still fired up. They're ready to go. They're waiting for that first goal, and this building is going to blow.
An electrifying atmosphere here in this one. A drop of the gloves out in center ice. Mo and Hall going at it. Two tough customers, and Mo throwing a big right hand over at the blue line. Another right hand from Mo. Firing away right now. This time is Hunter Hall, and now Mo's got him by the jersey. A heavy right again from Mo, trying to rip the helmet off, and Mo with that huge undercut right there. Hunter Hall 6'4", Rex Mo at 6'3".
Off the puck and sends that puck back down. Avery trying to get into it. Now a fight right at the blue line. The gloves are off. A big swing, second swing, and Connor Lind puts his man on the ground. Dylan Infantino.
Now Bucell pulls away from Lynn, trying to stuff it. And Bernard able to get down on it. Now gloves are down, fists are flying. Bucell and Lind going at it. Lind went down, got back up. They're still letting them go. Bucell tried for a left. Now he throws the right. Lind trying to pull Bucell's jersey over his head, and now they're done. Eased off as he got it deep. Johnson Knocked down by Smith. Penalty coming up against Avery Smith. And Tim Organ going right after Smith. Organ in defense of his teammate, taking on a challenge in Avery Smith. And Smith coming at him with the uppercuts. Organ trying to get something going, but this looks like Avery Smith's fight. But credit to Tim Organ jumping in against the much bigger Avery Smith. Bernard just has to cover this one. They got stuck up behind the net. And now some more nastiness. And Morik has tossed the gloves. And Morik with a knockout punch to Thomas Murphy. But Murphy's back up. Murphy went down on the punch by Morik. And they're still going, even with the linesman in between. Finally, Morik wrestles Murphy to the ground with the help of some linesmen, and things seem to be settling down.
Break. Here comes Garrett Milan. Dropped it to Mac. Backhander feed. What a stop by Gonzalez. He comes up big and denies Carter Shinkarik. And both teams exchanging punches. A right-handed punch driven by Eric Neely. But there to defend himself is the newcomer for the Ice Cats in Charlie Bedard, and Bedard takes down Neely. With the blast partially tipped by Philip Virgili, heavy hit along the left wing wall, handcuffer that stung Shernock, and away goes Athens. This is Philip Virgili against Chance. Adrian Haltage in play. Athens player injured in the left wing corner with 8:10 to go, 27 seconds remaining on the power play, and we got a scrap. Alexander Ray in a mishap with Michael Greco. Ray hoping for a counter. Greco with a heavy punch. Ray with the takedown.
Hops up into the air. They've already gotten one lucky bounce like that, maybe trying to get a second, but we do have a penalty called, and we got some people involved in a skirmish, and Filipov sheds his gloves immediately while the linesman was holding Yates and Filipov, and then on the other side of the ice, Bondarenko is involved with somebody from Watertown. I believe that's McDonald. Can't really make out who that is.
Now Banks further ahead for Bresco. Got a penalty coming up on Zimmerman, and he is chased after by Erickson. Erickson trying to fight back against Zimmerman, and Zimmerman's getting a lot of good rights in. Zimmerman's gonna win the bout.
Nice. It's going to be stopped up by Kuhn, forced to play it to the other side. Had to be careful, and Lorwood might have caught a stick up high, and he's down right now as the Moccasins lead the charge the other way on the counterattack. Here's a pass across, and now we get the whistle, and Lorwood right now is down on the ice.
Yeah, he's face down. He hasn't really moved much. He's moving now a little bit, but now we got a scrum back on the other end, dropping the gloves.
Alexian right now, and that looks like it's Kyler Matthews. Two big boys and Matthews. And Alexian going down.
Now to Cumbus, able to work up with it. And now a fight. AJ Schlepp and Justin Schmidt. The grizzled vet who's known for his fights against the rookie. Trying to make a name for himself. He's done well so far, and Schlepp gets to size up Schmidt. They grab each other. Schmidt tries to come over the top with a punch. Schlepp fighting back. Schlepp lost his bucket. Schmidt still trying to grab. Getting some lefts in. Still wrestle each other around. Schlepp trying to get that right arm free. Now Schmidt pounding away with his right hand. Schlepp still can't get his right arm free, and they seem to be tangled up, and now they're done. Last week, her PHP network sign. There's James trying to bounce it out. Anderson hustling after it. He'll beat Norwitzki. Oh, wow. Oh, no, there's a fight. I was wondering why they blew it dead. There's a fight between Brockway and O'Reilly behind the play. They spin down to the ice. Blake Anderson was wondering why there was a whistle because he beat out that icing and Brizgalov came out. But it was because of the fight all the way back the other way behind the play.
57 to go in the third. Kyle Heitzner drops his stick where it shatters, and we got a fight. Heitzner against Skate Scaldy. Heitzner, quite the run-up on Scaldy, and Scaldy with a right-handed punch, and there they go. Scaldy a couple rights, Heitzner looking to counter, and Scaldy punching the living heck out of Heitzner. Scaldy another punch. Heitzner with the upper hand for now. Scaldy looks to counter. They stalemate. What a battle.
That one went behind Sean Kuhn there, and it's sent back over on the far side. A heavy check. Mo now hammering away top of the blue line. There in Aaron Shaheen, and Mo taking down Shaheen back to his feet. Aaron Shaheen at 6'2". Rex Mo at 6'3", 235. And
Marcin Kevics in on the left wing side, tried to cut in front, had it taken away on the wall. And now he gets some shoulder gloves come off. And we're going to get some punches thrown here. Scaldy trying to square off. Having a hard time getting the right for he and Martin. Still tied up. Martin trying to get a right over the top here. Scaldy looking to get back the right. Oh, he caught him with a good one there, and they wrestle down to the ice.
Other Massachusetts native, as if you haven't heard that state enough. Framingham, Massachusetts. Now here we go. Grant Bondy's going to square off with Kyler Matthews. Over at the center ice logo, the first fight at home. Bondy grappling. And now a couple quick rights, still throwing with Matthews over the top. Bondy flips him down, and one more for good measure. Grant Bondy brings the building alive.
And it looks like this one will be played off by a high sticking and called dead. And it looks like a little bit of action heading off between these two clubs. And it looks like they're gonna go. Austin Weber taking on Nathan Balkwell. And Weber takes him down.
He had to be alert. Bondarenko got it out of the zone. Penalty coming up against the Prowlers. And Dylan Marty threw a check, and now Anderson wants to drop the mitts with Marty. And they're gonna go. Jesse Anderson and Dylan Marty. After the hit by Marty. Anderson trying to come over the top of some rabbit punches, and he just pulls Marty right down. They certainly have come out with a lot more energy. You can tell, hard on the forecheck, hard on pucks. And now we have a fight. Tim Kim and Brian Parsons. Parsons grabbing Kim. Kim gets one right in. Parsons responds back. Kim trying to come over the top. He loses his balance. And Parsons takes him down. Jumps in, fires it in. Didn't get it too deep though. James came in and threw a check, and now a kerfuffle in front of the Binghamton bench. Emery and James are going to go. Emerson Emery hammering away. Millette hustling to negate this icing. And now a fight between Brockway and Shankar. Brockway in defense of his teammate. Going after Shankar, throwing the left hand. Brockway trying to get a left hand in. Shankar just firing rabbit punches. Brockway comes over top of the left. And he gets a couple of good lefts in. Oh, and a knockout punch from Ben Brockway.
And here we are, less than 7 minutes into this game. They've got 2 goals already. But here comes Watertown the other way. And we're going to get a fight here. The veteran Dustin Henning is going to go at it with Joshua Tomasi. Tomasi on the receiving end of several blows from Henning. Henning just raining right hands, and down goes Tomasi. I think Tomasi only got maybe 1 punch.
Martin, 1:10 to go in the third. Pile forms on the far side, Popoff. And here we go, they're going to drop him. It's Popoff and Heitzner. Heitzner's going to jump right in against Popoff. These two are former teammates. They'll just throw the rights. Heitzner trying to get in there with the right. Popoff, a lot of short right jabs in there, landing a lot of them on Heitzner. Linesman looking for a chance to get in. Popoff got another one in. Heitzner trying to switch up to lefty maybe. Heitzner trying to get the left free. Heitzner's got his left arm out. They go for the bucket. Popoff's helmet comes off, and he's got him in a headlock. That's the end of it.
Trying to muscle his way through a defender. He gets rubbed off the puck and gets stapled into the boards in his own right. He'll get cross-checked in the face. Charbonneau's got his helmet off. Will this be his first pro bout? It will. Rex Moe getting in there. And now, here we go. Charbonneau trying to get free. Oh, he got Rex Moe on the ground. And a couple. Moe comes back up. Xavier Charbonneau getting a taste of a few rights. Apologies for the fans standing in front of the camera, but you can't argue with the excitement going on here in the Coast Coliseum as Xavier Charbonneau.
Trying to play this one back down as that one gets taken away here by Matcham. Back up ice, Larwood giving it across. Last second chance, and that one gets blocked before it hits the nets. And it looks like Hall's gonna go. Taken down by Heath Ford. Momentarily now cleared. And I'm back the other way. It looks like Bryce French is gonna go. And who's his dance partner? Oh, we have a whole setup here. Hold on, let's do this right. In the left corner, Bryce French standing at 6'2", 205 pounds, taking on his cohort, number 17, Stakoyak. And now they're throwing rights, really giving at him. Couple of rights being thrown, and Bryce French gets taken down with the jersey over his head.
Frank. And there's a penalty called at center ice. Right off the face-off here. Could have trouble brewing in the near side corner. Several players coming together. Jacob Schnapp involved. Glove's not off yet from him. And they're trying to go. Schnapp looking to throw some left-handed punches here. Linesman looking to pull everyone apart. Right-handed punches from the goaltender. Listen to this. And Schnapp has pulled the jersey of Trevor Babin. And let's see what happens here. One
chance at the rebound, but frozen by the Indiana goalie. Looks like we're going to have a fight. Gavin Yates and Tyler Kaminsky dropping the gloves with each other. Those two wasting no time getting the gloves off. This one makes its way over to the wall. Yates has got him up against the ropes, trying to separate, still throwing some lefts. Jersey's getting pulled.
Real signature chance or opportunity so far in the first 13 minutes. As we got a scrum going on in the near corner. Might have a fight here, and we will. Allegro going at it on his hat tricks debut. How about it, number 3? And takes him down. Trying to see who that is there in the corner. Pamelayan, sauce to the opposite corner. Beautiful fluttering pass. And thrown on net. And now another fight. It's Fphl going at it. How about two hat tricks trying to make their name here? Making their debuts, and Fphl, we'll call it a draw on that fight. And we've got a fight on the opposite side. Chevers going at it with Newberg. And it's Newberg with the takedown. Age is just a number.
Stays on his feet. Croucher looking for someone out in front. What a save by Perron, who deprives Van Durken from his 4th straight goal on home ice. This is reminiscent of what we saw last year. Can the referees control this game in the early going? Someone's already shed their gloves. Glukarioff against Casey Gerstein. Glukarioff with a double leg takedown. A clean fight there from Glukarioff.
First. And here we go. Brockway answering Andrioli. Andrioli threw the hit on Reggie Millette last night. Brockway is giving him the response. Andrioli with some good right hands to start. Andrioli knocked down to the ice, but he got some good rights in. Finally ready to drop the puck and get set for another scrap. Here we go. Federley and Daly with unfinished business from last night. They'll finish it here right now. Daly comes over the top. They're trading punches. Federley trying to get underneath, swung around and down. Reggie Millette sitting up here in the booth, letting me know we might have one more here. Kyle Heitzner and Jamie Bucell. How about 3? A hat trick of fights off the jump. And Heitzner firing away right hands on the body of Bucell. Bucell trying to respond. Bucell with a few uppercuts, comes across the top. Bucell with a left, Coda with a right. Heitzner still up. Bucell trying to come over top. Heitzner another one. They wrap each other up. Heitzner skating Bucell. And they go down.
Didn't get on the scoreboard. Josh Rosenzweig was the difference maker. 5 goals of offense has been status quo. As now here we go. How about French and Schlepp round 2 at center ice, this time in Biloxi. French 6'2", 205 versus AJ Schlepp, 6'8", 209. A heavyweight tilt here in the neutral zone. Both guys getting a feel for each other, slowly getting ready to go here at Breaker Bay. A quick fight. And now French comes in first. He gets a couple rights off. Schlepp trying to get free, a couple lefts. Some machine guns back over to the right. Nobody can get free. Schlepp, a couple connections. Trading with Bryce French. French is standing in there. Schlepp continuing to feed him. Grabs the jersey and takes him down. Looked like French might have tapped on the way down, knowing that he was turtled.
From Stefanini. Lavalier has one wriggle free on him, then covers it up. Little extracurriculars behind the net there. And Greco taking an exception as I believe it was Gerstein again. Gerstein throwing some rights. Gerstein is able to shed Michael Greco's jersey, but Greco raining some punches on the prone Gerstein.
The Sentinels end. And now Sharma will cover up her whistle and a face-off. And we have fists flying, gloves down. Jamie Bucell and Brendan Spinelli. Spinelli trying to throw some rabbit punches. Bucell swings Spinelli down, throwing the uppercuts. Spinelli back to his skates. They separate. Graham And then Lockhart knocked down by Glazer. And Ben Brockway going after Ryan Glazer now. As Lockhart was slow to his skates, turnover in front. And Dawson robbed by Huber as Brockway is throwing punches at Glazer behind the net.
But Penton was in goal for that game. Delory takes a big hit along the boards. He's down, and now there's going to be a fight in the corner. Mo Valley going at Michigan. Mo Valley's helmet is off. And they exchange some words there along the near boards. Mo Valley not going to let that happen. Delory is up. He's okay. I don't know about Michigan. Mo Valley giving him the business. Justin Mo Valley taking him down, and the crowd is fired up. Caden Fennell bounced off his stick, dispossessed, and looks like we're going to get some sort of penalty. And now a fight. Flying in there was Newberg, who takes him to the ground. Josh Newberg, not looking like 37 years old. Fennell hyping up the crowd off screen. Newberg just flew out of nowhere. The Wolves. Michigan getting in front and colliding with Resar. Net goes flying and more punches are thrown. Robinson this time going at it for round 3. Just demolishing whoever's along the boards there. Noah Robinson takes down his opponent.
And right as I said that, guess what? I jinxed him. And now a fight. Here we go. It's Galvin. And both players go down to the ice. Late here in the frame, and now we've got a fight. Ryan Hunter wants to duel with Patrick Marcinkiewicz, and Hunter will drop the gloves anyway. He and Konstantin Chernuk.
To say during our broadcast, we are on a hat trick watch. I'm not sure what just happened here.
I don't like the sound of that. As here we go.
And the referee just slammed the puck down. And here's our match that we were looking for. Caleb Melanson, and you guys like to do this at center ice, I guess, and Schlepp.
AJ Schlepp and Caleb Melanson. Couple heavyweights coming in. Melanson just signed after being with the Sentinels. AJ Schlepp climbs in to face him. Melanson initiates the contact, trying to get free with the left. Schlepp fires a right. Now Melanson over the top and then gets pulled down, and that will do it. Pete Fricano along with you. Pete, some out-of-town scores you have for us. Some surprising ones.
Yeah, my goodness.
As we're going to get another round of Melanson and Schlepp.
Oh, well, let's see how this one goes.
They'll clear out the gloves, and we'll get ready to go. Melanson comes in hot again. Schlepp has him tied up. Schlepp with a couple rights, and then just throws him down to the ice. Melanson definitely needs to work on his balance, so it appears, because he has gone down pretty quickly in both affairs.
Yeah, I think he thought about it too. There's a high hit after the whistle, and I think
Trey Fisher in the midst of it. And now here we go.
Oh, he throws it off.
Trey Fisher is going to go with Yanni Liarakos at center ice. His first fight of the season. Liarakos not typically a fighter. Bit of a size mismatch. Liarakos the edge there. Fisher got him up high, and now here we go. Still trying to get acquainted with each other, and Liarakos with one punch takes Fisher down. He tries to get back up, but
man, Yanni with a hard right, one shot to the jaw.
Liarakos has 7 inches on Fisher.
And a stretch pass ahead to Neely. Play is offside. And then Neely and Anderson with some pushing and shoving, and they're going to drop the gloves immediately. And Anderson not afraid of the big ECHLer. Weber takes a whack at it, and it will hit the safety net with 5 seconds left to go. Emery and Garcia gonna shed the gloves. Emery trying to get back on his balance. He loses his helmet and continues to throw haymakers. A couple of rights from Emery coming over the top. Garcia throws a right, uppercut from Emery over on the half wall. And the linesmen are going to step in between this altercation.
Against Ashton Collazo, face off one to the near side, just out of the zone, and a big hit right here at the blue line, and down on the ice is Ryan Glazer. And now we're going to get one here.
I don't know about that.
Adam Zimmerman mixing it up with Nolan Dawson. Going to pick it up, carries it down again, tried to toe drag towards the front, couldn't get a shot off, and Merrick Tortorella back the other direction, and now we got a melee going on right in the goal crease, and now Quinn Chevers is getting tangled up with Marian Pazika. They're throwing a couple of punches. Chevers got him in a headlock now, and he'll take Pazika down to the ice, and then they roll around. Pazika ends up on top.
Get 3 more points in the standings. Demaray shorthanded, tries to put on a nice move. Big open ice hit. And we're going to have another penalty called here at the end of this one. Frolov comes out of nowhere, up high, into the jaws of Demaray. And then everybody trying to grab hold of him. Keandre and Anderson shed the gloves with 10 seconds left to go. Now the linesman trying to get in between that very quickly. Athletic training staff already on the ice attending to Demaray.
Oh, what was that?
Was looking but couldn't get it. Move back in. Drop pass for Murphy. Murphy a shot and a save. Sammy Bernard. He's knocked over. And again, a hustle and bustle in front as the defense being told to stay back. And now Murphy letting it go. He and Avery Smith reaching. Murphy swinging wildly. Now Smith gets a hold of him and he is getting ready. Throws a punch of his own and he swings wildly. Murphy swinging. Still attacking. Smith trying to get free, trying to get his arm free, having some trouble with it as still attacking is Murphy. Now Smith got a right in there. Now a left by Smith, another right. Back to the gut, and Smith going at him. Murphy still standing tall. As now Thomas Murphy has his jersey over his head, and that's going to call it. So, what a fight. Back the other way. A lifted stick. Alexandrian with a shot turned towards the side, and that ends up in the back of the net. And the Scarecrows are going to be absolutely livid, and here it goes. As now we come together, and right away, Larwood starts throwing punches. As the Scarecrows trying to get free, it's Carson Gallagher. He was just attacked.
And a whistle. Oh boy. Daly got knocked down by Brockway, and Andrioli wants a piece of him. Linesman trying to step in. Daly and Parsons going at it, far side now. Andrioli takes him down. Now Reller. Now the gloves are off. Here go Daly and Parsons. Parsons takes Daly down. Daly gets back on top of him. They're still tied up with one another. Linesman now eventually get in there to break that up. And then Parsons wants a piece of Radchenko. And Dennis gives him a face wash. Now it's a melee. Daly and Parsons again tied up. Brockway had the initial penalty, the cross-check on Daly.
Together there, Jackson Legro can't play it for the hat tricks. Loose puck, boy, Resar went down early. He got faked out pretty badly, and now behind the play, somebody is down, and we are going to get a fight as well. Austin Thompson was knocked down behind the play, and it looks like Bondarenko and Legro going at it, and Legro all over Bondarenko here in the fight. Captain of this team, Commissioner's Cup champion a couple years ago. Looks like Josh Newberg's going to drop the gloves with Emerson Emery. They're at center ice, sizing each other up. Newberg has wanted Emery pretty much the entire game. And Newberg threw the first punch. He slipped and fell, and Emery then got a punch in. Now Newberg is back up, trying to get his licks in.
After missing Saturday night's contest. Big hit coming up, and a penalty will follow. Emery gets right back up, and more rough stuff starts right away. Tukane starts throwing haymakers at Nick Swain while Emerson Emery collects himself, gets back up. We got more penalties to distribute early here in the FW Web Company first period.
And oh, they drop the gloves here at center ice. Ethan Matcham taking haymakers.
The boards got through Dawson. Here to keep it away from an oncoming Jamie Bucell. Dawson bounced to Mullins, and now Reggie Millette has jumped on top of a Sentinel and is throwing punches. I didn't see what happened. Something behind the play here.
Flying over Thornton, puck at the point. Razulov back to the far side, a shot, drifting right in on goal. Roy with a paddle down, holds on, and oh, here we go. Thornton just cross-checked Marcin Kevics in the back, and Patricks is going to jump in and scrap with Brody Thornton after he decked his brother Dominic's. Patricks did not like that at all.
In deep with Frondudo. And players colliding. The net has been dislodged for probably 10 seconds. And now scrum in front. Kandrika going at it with Robles. Caden Kandrika, the rookie, getting after it right in front. Referee's gonna let this one go. Kandrika fell to his knees for a second, and they're gonna call this one a draw as we have another fight kind of brewing there towards the blue line.
8 seconds remaining as the stick comes out of the hands, bouncing along, and now a fight. No, it looked like a fight, but they won't go. Hunt comes off, and now again pushing and shoving right here at center ice. Now they're going to go. The horn has gone. This one is over, and Quinn O'Reilly ready to drop him. He gets a good shot with the right. Still, the jaw-jacking continues. O'Reilly appears to be the only willing combatant as he and Bucell were going at it. Still a lot of talk. 2 officials in between them, and Bucell still having words. Port Huron's going to take a W out of here. They're going to take 3 big points. Robbie Nichols having words right there on the big screen with the head coach of the Prowlers. Well, not the head coach, my apologies. Now, once again, more pushing and shoving here, and now it's going to go right back here at center ice. Robbie Nichols still having words. He is standing right there at center ice as they separate these guys. Norwinski getting into it now as well. As the Scarecrows not happy with how this one ended, clearly. Quinn O'Reilly.
Getting set to take the draw is going to be Scott Chirac. Drop of the puck and drop of the gloves, and we are going to go
We're gonna go. It's a line brawl. 3 separate fights. Dernia, Chirac, throwing haymakers. 4 separate fights. Down goes Brown. Down goes Dernia. And Dernia takes him down again. Suplexing. It's not the ladder match. It's the FPHL.
Out, and boy, the hitting is huge already. Here's a chance, though. Zabot over and a shot. They score right away, the River Dragons. And now we got a fight going on at center ice. Kyle Moore is just throwing some rights in there, and I can't even see who that is. It looks like Nick Gullo.
Now after the face-off, able to get back up to his feet. So now he's starting to really pick up here in this game. Garrick around the boards, all the way to the outside of the cycle, back down low off the touch here from the boards. There's a shot by Milan, that one turned aside. Neris inside quarters now, it's Milan around the horn, it goes now, and a shot by Matthews on goal, and that's covered up there. And here is Carlos Berneris tied up there with Eric Milan in front. Not two guys who would drop the gloves.
You know, Joseph, I think we're going to see this for the rest of the game, so...
Matthews, another heavy one, just as Mott was going to the ground. And Pete, a lot of carryover from that second period.
Ned, that puck will ride the rails back to the defense. Turned off by Blaisdell. Taken away from him, and now a fight right in front of me as Koch going at Morich. Hugo Koch and Brett Morich tied up. I don't know if we've had a punch yet. They're just hugging, and it goes down to the ground. So, puck drop to the left-hand side of board. 9.5 minutes to go here. Period number 2. Topeka with a 2-0 lead. They get set. Puck is dropped. One back. Topeka with it and looking for a shot, but no, we're going to get a brawl here. Brockway and Hall. Hall with the right. Another right. A third right. Brockway is rocked. Hall gets grabbed again and again. Hall winging wildly with a right and goes down, but all 3 judges' cards going to give that one to Hunter Hall. Zone thrown on as Bork will cover up, and he will take no chances. Connor Lynn right there by the side of the net. And he is not one to shy away from the physical. As Lynn trying to get free, his glove comes off. Now he and James go at it. He lets one rip, and he and James go down.
Face-off win clean, and now here we go. Thomas Murphy's found his dance partner. It's Brendan Spinelli. Spinelli and Murphy going at it on the far side in front of the Zydeco bench. Murphy comes with a big right. Spinelli back with a right. Now some machine gun from Murphy trying to get free. Spinelli got a hold of him. Still battling Murphy, a few uppercuts. Spinelli's got the helmet off. Both helmets are loose. Both competitors going down, and Brendan Spinelli, welcome to Biloxi. Earns the respect of his new fan base.
LeGros lifted out, leg cock, right in front, tried to get it back from Noah Robinson, and now we got a fight going. Adam Zimmerman tangled up with Jackson LeGros, and they go down to
Tape right to Lakov, and he got it off the stick in a hurry one time and past Lenz. Now Ruiz is going to go with Henning. Okay.
Ruiz, not one you normally see in a fight.
No, Henning's giving him the business.
And Henning is just unloading on him with that right hand. And now, I think Johnny's had enough. He gave him a good bear hug and like, let go.
I wonder if the two of them just wanted a break.
Yeah.
Fire division, if I didn't say that before, is Justin Schmidt and AJ Schlepp are going to drop the gloves here in the neutral zone. Buckets are coming off, and we're going to have some fisticuffs coming. Remember, these two fought when Schlepp was a Port Huron Prowler. Justin Schmidt, one of the most decorated fighters in the FPHL, 40 years old, going up against AJ Schlepp, 6'8" versus 5'10". They meet at the Scarecrow logo. Schlepp a couple rights over the top. Schmidt can't get free. His bucket comes off. Now he gets a left off. Couple more rights. Schlepp exchanging with Schmidt. They keep going. Schlepp turned around, trying to get turned back around. Schmidt continues to work on him. Schlepp can't get free. Schmidt just got him in a bear hug, and now a couple punches. The officials finally will stand in as two of the premier enforcers in the FPHL go toe-to-toe.
Behind the net, here's a quick pass intended for a man in the slot. The pass came off of the stick of Luke Croucher. Roy freezes, and now, here we go. Carter Shinkarik and Joel Texmo. And Shinkarik gets the better of number 95 with several shots to the cheek.
Ramon now deflected in front. Glove save. Hat-trick on the ground. Kanderka now going at it. And with 90 seconds left, we're going to get our first true fight of the night. Kanderka going at it. Trying to see who that is, Owen. Yeah, it looks like the referee's just going to put an end to that one pretty quick.
In there as the Moccasins now settle down the puck from the far boards, picked up now by Austin Weber, and he'll slap this one back into the Moccasins' end as Garrett Johnson getting into it and taking down Carson Green. Oh, and the bad blood already in the water.
Watertown goal knocked down and controlled there, though. Adam Zimmerman skating out, got pickpocketed, and penalty is coming.
Yeah, they're going to go.
Matt Zimmerman and Aaron Shaheen both unloading big right hands. And now they'll head down to the ice. Shaheen still wants more, but the official
has it with a shot, and it gets saved off. Out to the far side, and a shot again. Hits the outside of the cage, and it looks like we're gonna go. A fight ensuing as Garrett Johnson getting into the fray with Avery Smith, and Smith takes a couple of rights and takes down Johnson. Bazrin from center ice, gloving it down, not able to keep it, and he gets taken down, and no call will be made, or now there will be, and now here comes Bazrin coming in, throwing the fists. Bazrin, oh, and you can't see it. Boys, skate out to center. This is a fight we were waiting for. As Bazrin throwing in a couple of rights, right in front of the scorekeeper's box, getting his hair pulled. Come on, skate out. I want to see this. As Bez will skate into the penalty box.
Penalty to Turner. Tied up some more time.
Here. As we have an injured breaker down, but trying just to hurry.
Dorsey throwing some right hands there with Davidson. So 8 goals for the Moccasins, and now we are going to have a fight out at center ice. Curtis Hanson and Kyler Matthews going head-to-head. Curtis Hanson, not too much of a fighter, and he gets taken down there by Matthews.
Flows up, tried to get to the net, had the puck knocked off his stick as the Prowers collapse right to him. And Anderson pitchforks it down ice. Glazer slow to his skates. And now a fight here between Shaheen and Favoro. Aaron Shaheen trying to tee off on Nick Favoro. They separate, come back together. Buckets and mouth guards flying. And Aaron Shaheen gets some more good punches in there at
with the first meaningful chance, and a drop of the gloves here. Johansson and Adrian, and Johansson ends up on top.
Knocked down at center. McDonald ahead. Clink. Oh, he almost had a solo break, and now a fight. Samochik hammering McDonald with rights. Got a left in. Ragdolls him down to the ice. How's that for a debut? Big fella.
Right side, Dubé Palouf on the return to Christie, got it in front and off of Rosenzweig, and this one chopped off the boards all the way on back out. And here's Curtis Hanson in a fight behind now. Leorakos tying up with his man, feeding a few right hands. That time to Timothy Payne. Will be short-handed again, and this time it's going to be on Andrew Malone. And look at this, Rosenzweig.
Well, we had a funny feeling this was going to happen now, but Egbert comes all the way down to join the fray. He drops the gloves. He wants to get a Rosenzweig, something you don't see every day, and it's just a matter of time, and everybody's going to have a dance partner here in a second.
Rosenzweig in green.
Well, I think Rosenzweig just might have been tired of playing. Now Kyler Matthews is dropping the gloves. We're going to have a bout here.
And here we go.
Like I said, Schlepp's looking for somebody as well. There's a lot going on right now.
Spinelli and Matthews lining up right now. A couple right hands to Matthews. No helmet for Spinelli. Two big right hands again from Matthews. Two tough customers as Spinelli gets the takedown.
Kyler Matthews and Spinelli throwing some soup bones down there. Rosenzweig still trying to get it something. I don't even know how that happened.
Finally getting everything all settled here right now. And before we even get to that, we're going to have another one.
Well,
right now, Yanni Leorakos going to go line up against Timothy Payne.
I feel like we're watching Slapshot.
He's going to try to take this out to center ice.
Oh!
A right hand from Leorakos, got the helmet knocked off and responding with the left hand. They tie up at center right now and trying to get free here is Payne. Leorakos again feeding him a couple uppercuts and he takes him down.
Oh, Yanni teed off on Payne and he's feeling the pain. He's also bleeding everywhere. We're going to have a cleanup on aisle 2 on this one.
The icing, no. Puck goes up in the back of the net. Waiting for the whistle here. Puck is on the net. Boy, that took forever, and the referee was right there. And, of course, now you're going to get pushing and shoving, and now Dumas throws a glove punch into the face of one of the Ice Cats. And he's going to get shown the box, and I don't know who that was that he hit, but that's Popoff, and Popoff is hurt. Oh, he's bleeding. Oh, my. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with more in a moment here. 9:19 to go.
Here it across for Heitzner. Heitzner waits. Heitzner shoots. Now a fight. Erickson and Henning. Erickson with 3 big rights. Henning over top with a couple lefts. Henning's jersey's over his head. Erickson takes him down for a Sunday scrap.
Croucher gets under it, finds Milan behind the net. Milan trying the clever shorthand shove. Oh, Daniil Glukaryov drops the gloves there on Kyle Moore and then takes him down. Didn't see what happened that sparked the anger out of Glukaryov.
Pass on the left wing. Here's some room. Chance cutting in. Carl tried to get around the D, but it was taken away there. Nice play by Harwell. Tied up on the left side, half boards. They kick away at it. Puck into the corner. Oh, here we go. Behind the play, Harwell is tied up, and he and Jurgenite are going to throw. Jurgenite getting the rights in there, and they go down to the ice. And the ref's going to jump in and separate him right away.
Right before that fight, I just had the thought, this game seems to be getting more aggressive.
Face-off win by Tecumseh. It's bumped back up his direction.
We got some action up here in center ice.
Price is dropping the mitts here with Andrioli. Both of them go down quickly. Price got Andrioli down first. Andrioli got back up, threw a couple more at Price, and then he went down. Stuckless into the offensive zone. Prowler went down. Port Huron wants a call they won't get. There'll be a call here, though, as Lockhart finished Stuckless. And now Graham dropping the mitts with Kazirev. They're going to let them go here. And Graham takes down Kazirev.
Wolves back after it. Igor Filippov in his own territory. He collides at some ice with Colasso. Those two jam away at one another. Filippov and Colasso. And Filippov just took a left at Colasso. And Dawson comes over, grabs Filippov. Players from both teams converge right in front of the penalty box area. All of this 4 minutes and 47 seconds into the third period. Now Colasso trying to draw the penalty and Filippov reacting, and he just struck him with a left jab. It appears.
Trying to give this one out to the high slot, but a little bit too much of a mustard pass as that one gets deflected into the Topeka zone. Back out to the neutral zone. Checo and an open ice hits. Zydeco is down. No call or delayed penalty here. And a high hit. And now Fordo wants to go, and he's going to go with Hunter Hall. Former housemates going at it. Hall has a considerable reach advantage on Ford, but Ford's still throwing him. Ford taking a couple of uppercuts. Still jostling. And you can see the wingspan of Hunter Hall as he connects with a couple of blows. And you got to change up the strategy here if you're Ford. Try to wrestle him down. Ford takes a couple of shots as both of them will skate off.
Simonchik turn it the other way to Stuckless. Jose Lasai most of a hit from Bazal, and now those two drop the mitts. Stuckless throwing right hands, Bazal throws one back. Stuckless continuing the rabbit punches. Bazal back to his skates, trying to come over the top, and Bazal knocks down, gets down to the ice. One was Stuckless.
Would be missed. Thompson in down low as they try to set it up one final time. Watertown looks for the clear. Final shot of the night is going to be knocked away. And then Ian McDonald grabbing hold of Scott Ramekers. 2 seconds left to go here as the goal line camera is going to give us an angle at this as they try to keep it in focus. McDonald and Ramekers are just going to drop the gloves and try to exchange some haymakers. Oh, there's a big right from Scotty. And he gets the uppercut. Jersey's getting pulled. Ramekers not backing down. McDonald kind of throwing blind right now. And the linesman finally going to separate the two.
Pop off. Pressured by Virgili. Takes it into the corner. And Milan putting it up to the left point. Kept in up top. And now still tied up in the corner. Milan and Jurgenite. And now another penalty coming. Shinkarik goes into the corner, and they both go down to the ice. And now Shinkarik with a mitts off, and he's going to dance. He and Marcinkiewicz are going to go. And Shinkarik ends up on top of Marcinkiewicz in the corner, and now he gets grabbed by Rivers. And Milan right back to yelling at the ref because he's good at that.
Again. Shot towards the net, blockered away by Brizgalov. Turned around. And now again, some pushing and shoving here as Justin Schmidt getting tied up. As now he drops the glove, and here we go. Schmidt, 2 punches as Mo trying to get his fist free, and now he's taken down. Schmidt ends up on top, and the Scarecrow is going to be happy as they get a brawl here at home.
Down, clear it out to center, puck rolling into the Indiana end, and Panovanov back, and he knocks down Mercurio, who tried to take that puck, and now Panovanov is going to drop the gloves, and he's going to tangle with Daniel Martin. And Panovanov and Martin in a brawl. Now Panovanov able to land some rights, a couple of uppercuts, and then counters with the left, both men with their helmets off. Panovanov hammering away with the right hand, and Martin trying to tie him up, and he does so as the linesmen step in.
Post. Petey putting it into it. Oh, here we go. We got a fight going back the other way. It's going to be Adrian getting in there with Newberg. They're going to back up to center ice. Adrian in, Newberg backed off. And now they lunge in, tie up. Adrian's going for the helmet right away. Newberg is just trying to get anything free. Couple of rights in there. Adrian got a good right. Now the bucket comes off. And he's going to get a good right in there. They both start to throw the rights. Newberg is underneath. Adrian got a left in, and down they go.
Teams in Columbus. First home meeting for the Rock Lobsters against their Peach State rival here. Malik Johnson with a big hit there, and Johnson wants to go. Think Johnson's going to get called for the board on the Columbus captain, but drops the gloves here with Lucas Texmo. Texmo still frustrated.
Irakos and Scantlebury flanking here, Christie, and now we are going to get in the fight here. Near side face-off circle, AJ Schlepp and Tucker Scantlebury. They'll get set here. Scantlebury throwing some right hands, no helmet already here for AJ Schlepp. A couple right hands, Schlepp firing back for Scantlebury. Another big right hand again from Schlepp, swinging away right now. Scantlebury trying to return a right hand as those two lock up right now. And Scantlebury trying to get one more right hand in late, and that will be late. Scratched off the boards, and now Forneris, the drop. A shot there that time from Scantlebury. Hard collision there below the goal line, and the heavy hit there that time. Fisher was knocked down. And now it's picked up here, and we are going to get another scrap. Forneris right now dropping the gloves here with Charbonneau. Those two locking up. Charbonneau at 5'10", Forneris 5'9". Those two swinging away at each other right now. Still tying up, and Forneris being taken down.
Both of the Dans on defense paired up tonight with each other. And a hit from Zimmerman has a player shaken up behind the play. It's Tyson Kirkby. And now we're going to have some players drop the gloves. Weber and Zimmerman get on top of each other. Now make their way back up to their 2 feet. And then the linesmen jump in very quickly.
Giving it across. Out from the far boards. They'll try to chip this one back down, and that's going to be a penalty. That one's going to go against Chris Ciolik. As Chris Ciolik throwing the fisticuffs. And he takes down Devin Maea.
Pumped across. Now Wicklon inside the circle, puts it on net. We'll stop there. Masternock with the save, and he will hang on.
Kyler Matthews and Jemayev having a little discussion, and maybe there they go.
They're going to go.
They were talking about it.
Alexander Jemayev, 6'2", against Kyler Matthews, 6 feet. Jemayev right away with a couple right hands. Matthews with an uppercut, another heavy right hand. He pounds away on Jemayev. Matthews swings with a right hand, they lock up. Matthews trying to work his left hand free, and they're going to break him up. But Matthews, a tough customer.
With Underwood, I got to stick up a little bit into his mouth, and behind the play.
Expo and Balsamo going at it right now.
For Lair Patakin to handle. Patakin hits the brakes, now sends one to the near side, and we got a fight brewing. It's AJ Schlepp and Justin Schmidt. They'll meander on over to the neutral zone. Schmidt asks for AJ Schlepp to remove his helmet, and Schlepp obliges. Here we go. Couple of heavyweights in the FPHL set to go right on the logo at center in Breaker Bay. Schmidt moving in. Schlepp's got a handle on the collar. Schmidt trying to get free so he can unleash a right. Schlepp misses with one right of his own. Now Schlepp back with a left, a couple more. Schlepp now a left. He's got Schmidt in a headlock. Schmidt now tries to swing with his left, and he'll be thrown down to the ground, back up to his feet. Justin Schmidt hanging in there, and finally he's wrestled down to the ice. And the Coast Coliseum rises to show their appreciation. Comes out of the zone where Spinelli will control. And now some pushing and shoving. Spinelli and Smith get locked up. Referee's gonna separate them. Spinelli's gonna drop his gloves. Here we go. Brendan Spinelli and Avery Smith. Smith 6'3", 230. And Spinelli rocking number 55, 6 foot, 196. He gives a big right. Smith comes back with a left. Spinelli loses his helmet. Still getting free. Spinelli a couple lefts. Smith with a right. Spinelli a right. Smith a right. Down he goes! A right-handed cannon from Brendan Spinelli takes down Avery Smith. And Breaker Bay rises to their feet.
It's Smith, ready for the opening puck drop. We're underway in the first game of 2026, and we have a fight between Brett Morick and Ethan Esposito. Right off the jump, Morick delivering some uppercuts to Esposito. Morick still trying to throw that right hand with the uppercuts. Esposito trying to come up top, swing down to the ice, and the linesman will get involved as Esposito's jersey has come off. And listen to this crowd.
Ball near side. They have the Ruck and Maul going down here for all you rugby aficionados. It's not going anywhere. Referee standing right there telling them to play it. And whoop, here we go. And finally, Frandudo and Jurgenite are just going to throw. This one's been building for a couple of games. Frandudo trying to get some rights in there. They go down to the ice. Never really got much free there.
This one out to the right circle. That one gets taken away. Here comes Shinkaruk. Back the other way. Millie Johnson gets hit up high, and there will be a penalty. And it looks like Johnson's going to go. Johnson drops the gloves. Johnson against Philip Virgili. Johnson with a little bit of a size advantage. He gets taken to his knees, back on to his feet. Throwing a couple of lefts. He wrestles him down. Trying to play this one. Throwing in a couple of hooks. He takes the jersey off. This one out to the right circle. That one gets taken away. Here comes Shinkaruk. Back the other way. Millie Johnson gets hit up high, and there will be a penalty. And it looks like Johnson's going to go. Johnson drops the gloves. Johnson against Philip Virgili. Johnson with a little bit of a size advantage. He gets taken to his knees, back on to his feet. Throwing a couple of lefts. He wrestles him down. trying to play this one, throwing in a couple of hooks. He takes the jersey off.
Of Bernard. Charbonneau able to muscle it on over to Pikarczyk. Fisher sitting back post. And now we've got a scrum. Looks like Justin Schmidt is taking some exception to see who that is. As Justin Schmidt imposing his will on Xavier Charbonneau, who just took a bunch of shots to the nose. So, we're back underway. Schlepp is going to get right involved with Boston Bird. A couple rights from Schlepp. Oh, my goodness. A machine gun of rights to take down Boston Bird. A quick response from the Breakers enforcer.
But right now, they just have a great shooting percentage. Not too many shots on goal in this game. And now we have a fight. Craig and Bucell had some stick fighting on their last shift, and now they'll go. The big Denver Craig against Bucell. Craig firing away right hands. Bucell able to swing him down. Craig got some good rights in there. As Jamie Bucell gave up some size, but he was able to push down the bigger Denver Craig. Take another look. They were ready to go right off the draw. 6'3", 205-pound Denver Craig with some wild right hands, missed with a few. And Jamie Bucell able to topple him over.
Davin makes a glove save. He'll hold on to it. And now, Scaldi and Andrioli, they'll dance. Right at center ice. Skates Scaldi in his first game as a River Dragon. An uppercut. Andrioli with a response. He tosses a couple of rights. An overhand. Now has Scaldi into a chokehold. He remains on his skates. And ragged out. All down to the ice goes Scaldi.
Van Durkin got the first touch there, and it looks like we're going to have an old classic fight here. Immediate shed of the gloves, Shinkarik and Dominik's Marcinkevich. This one's been brewing for quite some time. Shinkarik looking for retribution. Shinkarik just leaves him down on the center of the sheet. Things a little bit more comfortable, or so we thought. Pow and Popov. This is a heavyweight bout. This is the first real return of the Big Bang and that leading left hand that asks questions. Popov has dropped the gloves. It doesn't really look like he's interested in fighting. That's classic Popov right there if I've ever seen it. If you want a little 10-second encapsulation of who Jordan Popov is, there it is right there. Back 200 feet. Oh, we're going to have the fight after all, are we? Powell gets a hold of Popov, or does he? Still hand fighting once again. Popov practicing his backward skating as much as he can, throws a couple of rights, and then takes a spill.
So we're halfway gone by on the power play. There's 1 minute left on it. A couple of Thunderbirds converge there. White, he's tackled down from behind here. Kramer's right there as well. Matt Jansen tackles down White right from behind. Now Jacob Snopp has his man wrapped up. He throws it down. choppers still going at it across the ring. There's no linesman over there to handle this.
Now you'll get full view of it after the camera cut out for just a little bit. Apologies for that again. And Patrick Marcinkevich must have just said something. Goals led up. Here we go. Fight night in the tank. Will the Rock Lobster Malik Johnson pop off on pop-off? Are we actually going to have some punches in this one? Johnson grabs a hold, takes a ton of punches straight to the bucket, though, and then unleashes a big right hand. Crustacean Nation marveling at Malik. Bucket comes off, still throwing punches. Then he gets a wrangle of the leg and takes down pop-off.
Worked in Gerstein. Then Leah Rockos in his 300th FPHL game. Going to send that shot on net, and that goes right in the crest of the jersey. That time to Coffee. And now some extra here.
Everybody goes down like a house of cards.
Getting a dance partner right now.
A lot of clutching and grabbing. Well, Leah Rockos is going to wind up going. Oh,
and
that's
now,
not good.
This time in the corner, Dorsey and Keller right now. No helmet for Dorsey. He has Keller pinned up along the boards, trying to get a right hand in. Keller now dropping the gloves, and then another big, heavy right hand from Dorsey. And those two swinging away right now at each other. Dorsey down to a knee, able to get back up. Those two still tangling in. An uppercut from Keller. They're still going at it, drifting behind the boards right now. The official still letting these two guys go. Dorsey and a heavy right hand right there. He connected good that time on Keller.
This is a long one. They're letting them just tear themselves out. Wow, Keller's about to get. Whoa, I was waiting for that right. Wow, the amount of stamina.
Trying to respond with a right hand, and those two still going at it right now along the boards. And a good tilt from those two, Dorsey and Keller.
Up another overtime win of their own. So still, oh, now we have a fight. I'll stop talking and let them fight it out here. It's Powers against Newberg. Newberg goes to the grab, lays a fist there. Grabbing a whole lot of laundry now. Newberg goes to the ground, falls to the ice. And the referees are going to break this one up. They haven't had a true fight in quite a while here at the DIA.
Dimitrio's shot stings Blacksmith. Blacksmith goes off slowly. He'll get a line change. Now we've got a fight. It's Alexander Jemayev. And Jemayev makes short work of the Bobcat. Maybe struggling with his hand, and now a backdoor feed, and we've got a fight. It's Ryan Galvin stepping up for Lucas Texmo. It's Galvin against Radchenko, the second fight of the period for Denis Radchenko. He got destroyed by Alexander Jemayev earlier in the frame. And this time, Radchenko doesn't want to get embarrassed for a second time. He'll turn, go across. The shot came in late from Jemayev. And now we've got a third fight here in this first period. It's Robin Erickson and Kyle Moore. Moore still on his skates. The linesman getting in the way.
Both of those goals happening yesterday. We got a drop of the gloves. Skate Scaldi and Jesse Lowell. Skate Scaldi missing with every punch, it seems. I'm not so sure about the technique from Scaldi. He's going to have to skate back into the penalty box. Huge, heavy hit on Garcia from Underwood, rather from Kyle Moore. And then Kyle Powell gives him a push and a shove. Joel Texmo wrapped up there with Malik Johnson. Now Lucas Texmo getting treated like a rag doll by Kyle Powell. I figured Malik Johnson would get wrapped up in an altercation tonight. Powell still has a hold of someone else now. It's Matt Horan, a new addition to the team today. Powell taking on all comers. The Big Bang not afraid of anybody, and why would you be when you stand at 6'6"?
Inside the circle, centering one. Heitzner looking to bat it on goal. And a save made, now a scrum. Johnson and Heitzner going. Here's Heitzner with a right. Johnson, oh, he's eating a couple uppercuts. Heitzner, a couple more bomb rights. Welcome to Biloxi, Kyle Heitzner, as he tackles Johnson down to the ice. And that's exactly the spark that this guy's
Vergili into the right wing, leaving it off on the wall. Then he gets dumped, and that's a penalty coming up against PD. And now Johnson wants to fight, and he's going to get a scrap here on the far side. I think that's Bedard. They get the gloves off. Bedard's trying to sneak in some lefts, comes in with a right. Johnson trying to come back with a right, trying to get wound up. Bedard over the top, and down they go. Left side, here's a chance, a shot. McPhail glove save. Rebound in the slot is cleared down the ice. And whoop, here we go. Milan getting in there, gloves come off, and I believe that's Marcinkiewicz. They go down to the ice pretty quickly. Boy, Milan has just had a burr under the saddle all night here on Western Night, and he and Patrick's Marcinkiewicz got into it.
Towards Oregon. Bazal lost the handle. There was a check on Maxim Maziarchuk, and now's the fight that we've been waiting for. Jamie Bucell and Josh Tomasi, two. These two fought in the season opener in Danbury. Now they'll go here in McMorran. Tomasi with the first attempt. Bucell answers with one. Tomasi tries an uppercut. Bucell an overhand. They're just trading shots here. Bucell connects with an overhead. Now he's whacking away. Bucell, a few more punches on Tomasi. Tomasi with a right-handed uppercut. Bucell gets loose, whacking away. Uppercut, overhand. Tomasi another couple body shots. Bucell some more. And Bucell takes Tomasi down. What a fight between those two. Sent it down deep. Milam put his hip into it. Artu Hakala. Graham and Milam are going to go. Matt Graham and Jamison Milam behind the play. Milam trying some overhand rights. Graham looking to come back. They wrestle. Can't get hands free. Graham with some body shots. Milam can't get his hands free. Neither can Graham, and that's all she wrote.
Boy, Harwell looks to jump in. Out towards center with Michael Mania knocked down from behind. Could be trouble brewing below us. And there will be. They'll stop the game here. Jacob Snott comes flying in. We don't have a full fight yet, but we surely might soon. Andrioli tugging on Harwell. Will they go? The linesmen look to pull them apart.
And the puck is just sent down the corner to Babic. Now we're going to have a fight going. Andrioli and Harwell. Harwell taking punches from Andrioli. Now he feeds some back. Right-hander. He'll try to come over the top. He's tied up now. He fires another one. Back and forth they go. Down goes Harwell.
The Rock Lobsters earlier, and Sammy now, and I said I kind of feel like they're running out of gas. But now they're also a little desperate, right? They only have a little over 6. Oh, here we go at center. Lord finally gets a dance partner. As the mitts are off. Lord turning Maye. Trying to get the right free, and Maye gets the right of his own in there. Lord trying to reach back to the right of his own on Maye. As they're turning up there, and they finally are separated by the linesman.
This. Schmidt peels off, and the gloves come off. Here we go. Bazarin and Schmidt getting set. Everybody being pushed back. 4 shots on goal for Topeka. The one for Baton Rouge has gone in. Bazarin, Schmidt, line up. Arms extended. Bazarin trying to reach. Schmidt, small packaging himself here. Reaches, grabs hold. Bazarin over the top. Bazarin trying to wrap him up as now Bazarin gets taken down. 2 punches thrown, both by Bazarin.
Robinson hit Fphl from behind into the boards in the 3rd period last night. Started a bit of a melee. We'll see if the Prowlers make Robinson answer for that here tonight. And it will be Fphl who gets his own retribution. Fphl with an overhand right. Robinson coming back with a couple more. Fphl firing away with the left hand. He missed, and they twist down to the ice.
As now a fight breaking out. Stephen Ford and Connor Lind. They're going to let this one go. Ford stands. Lind grabs hold, throws a right, another right, the left, a second left, third left, fourth left. Keeps throwing right, another right. Down goes Ford. As Connor Lind is up.
At Franklin Pierce University, well, we've got a fight now. Kyle Moore will dance with Stephen Ford. Moore feeding him lefts. Coming over the top is Ford. Moore now with a hook, another, and down he goes.
Puck's flipped ahead by Sosinski. And we've got Newberg and Zimmerman. You just knew it had to happen at some point. They'll circle here and get this show started. Zimmerman has the height. Newberg's got the experience. Here they go. And Zimmerman with the takedown. Josh Newberg falls to the ice.
Here we go. We're going to have a fight here. Brian Parsons and Richard Colarusso. This one has been hyped up on social media. It's been hyped up in the locker rooms. And finally, we get the battle. Shrewsbury versus Tewksbury. The Massachusetts boys are firing away. Parsons getting some right hands in. Coming over the top. And he's got Colarusso down. Prowlers will play this weekend. We've mentioned it a few times, but it's worth mentioning again as Shaheen and Anderson are battling away from this puck. And now Shaheen and Anderson have thrown off the gloves. Shaheen misses with a wild right, and they're still going. Anderson tags Shaheen. And now they're done. Between Collazo and Fphl. Collazo got it down to Davis. And the puck taken off his stick by Brockway. Comes out to Collazo, and Cooper got a piece. Now Millette going after Glazer. They're going to drop the mitts. Millette firing away at Ryan Glazer. He got some good shots in. There's some history there. Reggie Millette pounded away at Ryan Glazer.
For the hat tricks, Shasinski's been really good. Now we got a couple of guys that are going to go.
Quinn Chevers and Zach Hausman right off the draw, drop the gloves. They'll square up.
Speaking of
right
big guys.
in the right circle. Yeah, you're not kidding.
Oh.
Well, this one didn't last long. Hausman lost an edge, fell down. Chevers right on top of him, then they roll over. Looked like a wrestling match for a second. Really no punches thrown.
No, and they're still, I mean, those two guys want to fight. They didn't get the chance to.
Melanson standing beside Erickson. He's pumping the crowd up. Listen to this. It's getting ready to go down. Here we go. Melanson wants to fight. Here he goes. He'll grab him. A quick one. Down they go. More punches from Melanson. Pounding on the back of his head. This place is rocking.
Training camp, and along the way, added a couple friends, Amy Royer and Don Heaven Veilleux. We got a fight. It's going to be Brendan Spinelli, who hasn't dropped him since January 2nd, going up against Skate Scaldi. They'll go to the logo at center. Everybody on their feet here in the Civic Center. Spinelli gets a right off. Scaldi comes back with one. Spinelli another right. Scaldi misses. Oh, Spinelli tagged him in the face. A couple more. Scaldi takes his helmet off. Couple uppercuts from Scaldi. Spinelli gets free and takes them down. Make it 4-0 for Brendan Spinelli. Takes the life out of the building, and the Breakers with an early boost.
Paralat drops it for Walker. And here we go. This is the moment that many people thought was coming, and it's going to happen right here and now. Powell and Apollon, two heavyweights doing battle in the Classic City. This could be a heavyweight classic. Devine with a couple of left punches, an overhand right. Powell trying to get that bullet of a right hand going. He's got his tarp put over his face by Apollon. Still both of them blasting back and forth. Powell now returning the favor. This is a big heavyweight fight. Everything as advertised, and then Apollon with a takedown on Powell.
Bartlett, who was so good on the draw last night, did not lose one until the third period, and now we have an early fight. It's going to be AJ Schlepp and I believe Joel Texmo over at center ice. Need our camera to join us. Both of them have taken the buckets off. Schlepp comes in hot with a left, Texmo with a right. Schlepp with a hold on him. Couple rights to Joel Texmo. Welcome back, AJ Schlepp. And the league leading penalty minutes leader adds another 5 to his resume. Make it 172 for number 17.
Stays along the blue line and backhands that one high, and it'll be picked up by Reed Cooper and held on. And now we got a scrum in behind the play. Dabari let the shot go and immediately turned around and got tangled up with a defensive player.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Parsons. And Dabari and Parsons, I think, want to go.
Yeah, they've got the gloves off, and they got a whole lot of jersey along each other. Parsons got a few inches on Dabari, but
yeah, I'm not really sure why they're letting this one go. I mean, Dabari's got his head inside the sweater.
And they continue to go, and if you're scoring a boxing match, I don't know if we got anything there.
61 has been their average, but for the matinee, maybe you get into the low 3000s. AJ Schlepp and Kyle Powell. You asked for it, they answered. Here come the buckets. Two of the biggest heavyweights. Powell, 6 foot 240. AJ Schlepp, 6'7", or 6'8", 209. They'll go to the blue line at the breaker zone. They connect. Powell with a right. Can't reach him. Schlepp tries a right of his own. Same thing. No one's landed one yet. Powell, a couple rights, looking for the back of Schlepp. Schlepp with a big right takes him down. AJ Schlepp with a cannon right hand. It only took one. Down goes Powell.
He was upended there illegally. And look, right out of this, we're going to have a fight coming out of the penalty box. Powell and Schlepp say, let's get it right this time. I have never seen the like. 6'8" against 6'5". Powell with the overhand right. Takes a couple into the shoulder and the armpit from Schlepp. Both of them with their long range, and Powell brings them down. The big bang brings some big applause into the tank and goes off into the corner.
For Albrecht. And this one taken at center. Scantlebury pounding Lorwood that time, and that's going to draw the attention there. That time of Garrett Johnson. And Lorwood shaken up. He is down right now.
That was an absolute huge hit, and then Scantlebury gets jumped from behind, and meanwhile, Green and Dorsey and Lexi, and then here we go. Here we go. Now we got a yard sale.
After that hit on Lorwood, this all starting to unfold right now. And Pete, we saw this in the back end of the first period.
Weber's got a heck of a
flare right now, and hopefully Lorwood's okay after that heavy collision.
A lot going on right there.
He gets the puck right back. Klink had to wait for his teammate to get back on side. Still trading possession along the Wolves bench there. Almost 1 minute to go in the second period. Now some shoving, and we've got a fight. Simonchik going at it and taking down the opponent. We're trying to see who it is there who got on the worst end of that fight.
Topeka in overtime after Topeka tied it late in the third. We're going to get a fight. Here we go. Brendan Spinelli and Skate Scaldi once again. They'll head to the logo at center to get Breaker Bay going. Scaldi a couple false lefts. Now grabs Spinelli. Spinelli a right. Spinelli a couple big rights to the back of the head of Skate Scaldi. Still firing him like a machine gun. Spinelli rocking Scaldi. He can't get free. They get locked up. Spinelli looking to tear him down. Still tangled. Nobody can get their arm free. Spinelli losing his jersey. There goes the bucket. Down goes Scaldi.
Zone looking right towards the front. Koash giving chase. Puck dropped gloves, and now here we go. Stuckless getting free as now the puck gets loose. A big swinging right. What a play there. As Grant Bondi took his man down.
These two teams will face off in this arena for the season. Big hit on Belfay. And we've got a fight brewing. And we do. Simonchik going at it with McDonald. 2 fights in 2 nights for the newest hat trick. Simonchik throwing haymakers against McDonald. Both tackled to the ice right in front of the Danbury bench. Simonchik wanting more.
He sends it towards the net as that one's broken up. Avery Smith trying to get in front. He and Erickson having words. As now again, that puck knocked down. Boston Bird comes up with it. Now the gloves come off. Smith with 2 rights, a 3rd right, but now Erickson lands 3, 4 rights as Smith lost his balance there.
Drop pass from Matyarov for Ford, comes back down, and now we have a fight. It looks like Matthew Bazarin pounding Schlepp while he's on the ground. Referees letting him go for a moment. That was an ugly-looking fight that just transpired out of nowhere. Bazarin and Schlepp have bad blood, and I'm not sure how that all began, but Bartlett getting locked up behind the play with Chris Ciolik, and now Bazarin and Schlepp still struggling to be separated as the officials are in there. You see that shot down on the glass. Some words being exchanged, still grabbing at each other through the officials. Both benches banging on the boards to show some appreciation as now finally they get untangled and
walk it to the net, blocked in front. Babin makes the save. Jemayev takes a little bit of extra from Trevor Lord. This should, without a doubt, be a penalty on PD. And Lord wants more of Jemayev. And now Samaro and Patrick Marcinkiewicz multiple overhands from Samaro. And they end up on one another. Babin wants Parker Rutherford. He wants a piece. And Parker Rutherford says no. Oh man, we were robbed. The River Dragons thrive when all of you are cheering them on. Tonight, no different as it's been all season. And now we've got a fight. Apollon, one shot to the side of Scaldy's head. And now Trevor Babin wants a piece of Divine Apollon. Scaldy has broke out into another fight behind the play. Babin with his helmet off, and he jumps into the crease. My goodness. It's a melee here at the Civic Center. Matthew Horn now in a fight against Jordan Popov. This is straight up insane. Popov and the first-year pro Matthew Horn. They're still going. Trevor Babin not separated from his opponent in the near dot. Divine Apollon wants another punch at Skate Scaldy, and I'm sorry. Control of this game completely lost. Completely and utterly lost.
For his second of the game, Matthews firing from a sharp angle and gloved there that time by Fphl to hang on. And now Liarako's going to go here in the corner with Leafers, and those two throwing some heavy right hands at each other.
Lucchese and Koch will do it. Now here we go. Oh my goodness, AJ Schlepp just one-punch Connor Lynn. Schlepp puts Lynn to sleep.
Set away to the corner. Oh my, Zajic was right there, and again betrayed by the bouncing puck, and now a hit from behind by Farmer, who's going to have to answer for it. Della Savita jumps in with Farmer after the hit from behind. And Farmer trying to get a right free. Della Savita swinging wildly with the rights, trying to go for the bucket. He's got Farmer out at arm's length. Farmer gets the jersey over his head, and that one's over. Linesman step the goal, and now all of a sudden we get the response. I love it. Right side, here's a chance, but that puck picked off, and Fphl will throw it right back out to center. And whoop, here we go. Back in the near side corner, it's Abdullah. He's tying up here with Demke. Are they going to throw? Yep, mitts are off. There's just a lot of wrestling right now. Abdullah's trying to get that jersey over his head. The linesman jump in there. That was a mismatch.
The far wing, Grant Mentis. Oh, baby! Robin Erickson, and now here he and Henning go. Erickson over top with a right. Henning got a couple rights. Erickson back over top with a couple of rights. Henning a left. Erickson a right. Henning another right. Erickson back over top. Another mitt goes flying. Erickson, 2 rights. Down they go. Final minute of the first. Redchenko, Stucklitz, able to clear it. And then he and Zimmerman going at it. Hold on here. Yep, there we go. Stucklitz a grab and ragdoll down by Zimmerman. And the linesman step in. Oh, big hit. Andrioli. And now Quinn Chevers wants him to hear about it. Andrioli more than happy to answer the bell. Here we go. They're going to go to center. Pull the sleeves up. Center ice main card bout on Valentine's night. They're not going to love each other after this. Andrioli with the grab. Chevers a right, 2 rights. Andrioli trying to get that left free. Chevers has him hogtied. Andrioli still trying to get loose here. Chevers has him in the old headlock. And down they go. Back now for Stucklitz. He'll send it over to Bacon. And Kozyrev and Grant Mentis have dropped the mitts. Grant Mentis is pummeling him. Kozyrev trying to get free here. And the linesmen are going to step in. Curiel down low. Stucklitz pivoting backhander stopped by Lenz. Oh my goodness. Zimmerman cross-checked him into the net. And now Stucklitz trying to drop the mitts with McDonald, and down they go. Whoa. I should say Dabari lost his twig. Here's Mishkin trying to stick handle his way through. Could not. Then Filipov shot one that was blocked. Oh, good hit there by Bacon on Filipov. Those two want to go at it. Here we go. Bacon and Filipov. Filipov a couple rights. Bacon with a grab. Big right by Bacon, and down they go. Linesman will step in to break it up.
And now fight. We've been waiting for this. Josh Tomasi finally has an opponent. It's Bozinchenko. Zinchenko Tomasi, center ice. Right hook Tomasi. He's giving it to Zinchenko. Now tied up. The former hat trick being given the business by Tomasi. Jersey ripped off. Tomasi's helmet goes flying. A long time referees trying to find the moment, and it looks like they're going to call it off now. Frandudo now jawing with the Sentinels. Bench right in front.
It's there, but couldn't bring the puck with him. And then Millett's dropped by Durazio. Pass down low, save Cooper on Jensen. Penalty coming up, and now James is going after Durazio. Durazio with some overhand rights as they spin down to the ice. There's another.
Reverse it around to Pollen. Pushed from behind, and now the puck stays in on the right wing. Cleared towards the line, but picked up by PD. They'll move it out to center. Oh, here we go. All right. Pollen is going to go Buckets off. Here at center ice. As they get ready, sizing each other up here. I don't even have a 15 on my score sheet. I have no idea who he's fighting. Apollon trying to come back with some rights. And, well, the Thunderbirds player, number 15, went down quickly. Apollon, no problem with that one.
All right, puck drop. Ready? Here we go, puck one back. And we're off. Avery Smith drops the gloves. Skating circles. Take an eye. Brett Morich. Ready to go, he leans in. Both guys together. Smith trying to get an arm free. Trying to get going. He throws a couple of body blows. And Smith is taken down. Drew Lynn towards the front shot, turned away by Huber. And Sneath has a moment there in the corner. Sneath getting shoved on by a couple of prowlers. Huber. Again, folks, Oscar season in full bloom. As TJ Sneath poke checks. Now a fight breaks out. A couple of rights, a third, a fourth, a fifth, sixth. Wow, what a scrap. That one up. Luke James, he's tied up along the wall. As again, some contact there along the boards. Forced up as that puck comes free, and now gloves are off again. And James getting into it. He's still battling. Nobody's really gotten a clean punch. Now here's a couple thrown. James hugging on for dear life at this point. And still wailing at it. Graham loses that one, and now we got a fight. Lind dropping the gloves with Parsons. They come out to center. Lind reaching out. As now Parsons waiting. Lind gets his hand in there, trying to get his right free. Throws a left, two lefts. Misses with the third, a right. Uppercut right, and now again Parsons trying to get free. He can't land it. Now Lind lands three. Pulling on the jersey, Lind with a fourth, Lind with a fifth, helmet comes off, Connor Lind with a sixth, and again pulling on him, trying to get back in range. Lockhart trying to keep himself safe. Connor Lind working to get a hand free, as again Parsons tied up. Lind trying to again find his punching position, as now they grab onto each other, and that'll do it with 1 minute to go. Every judge's card going to go.
Off holding on the right side, feeds it into the corner. Marcinkiewicz right in front, and he couldn't get it to go on the jam play. Pop-off down for the point, and now we got a penalty coming up, and it's against Columbus. 2 penalties, a shot there, and now here we go. Apollon on the side of the net. He's throwing punches in there, and I think that's Texmo. Apollon trying to go lefty on him, and boy, is he getting him in there. Apollon yanks him down to the ice. Divine Apollon got cross-checked from behind into the net. Why you think that's a good idea, I have no idea. And he got back up and went right after Texmo, and the mitts came off. A player to remove from the ice if you're PD, so he can make things happen. Texmo just got a hit up high on Prexler. He's slow to get up, and he's going to have to answer for that one. Della Savita didn't like it. He and Texmo end up going down to the ice after exchanging a couple of punches. Della Savita wanted to keep it going. Texmo got the elbow up and drove the head of Prexler into the glass. Face off one back. Bedard trying to play it around the wall. That one chipped to the line, and a big hit there at the line by Robinson. And now ahead, here's a break. Gullo moving it alone. Gullo into the backhand. Stopped by Roy. Rebound, and the slot is cleared out. And now there is a play. Oh, here we go. Moore is going to go with Robinson for the hit. Robinson threw a huge hit, and now Moore in there. Robinson, they're tied up right now as they drift towards center. Robinson trying to sneak a couple of short lefts in there, getting a couple in. Moore trying to get that right free. Robinson underneath with an uppercut. Moore trying to go over the top, and they spin down to the ice. Well, Robinson answered for the hit. That was a heck of a hit. Beats Babin up top. And whoop, here we go at center. Popoff and Jemayev. Now, I did not have this on my fight card. But here we go. Popoff and Jemayev, fans rising out of their seats, and they tie up. Jemayev coming in, trying to throw the heavy rights. Popoff's going to go. They're just going to throw him. The bomb's coming in. They both exchange plenty of rights. Jemayev's helmet comes off. Popoff tries to go left-handed, and down to the ice they go. They give each other the shoulder taps as that was a fight. Here we go. Watch this one. Apollon and LaRocque are lined up next to one another, talking it over in the defensive zone, and I think we all know where this is going. Here we go. They're going to go to center. Oh. LaRocque is not the opponent for Apollon. It's going to be Doherty. Okay. Apollon and Doherty comes in, starts throwing some rights. Apollon trying to come in with the left. Apollon with a swinging left. Doherty's going to try to go lefty. Apollon back with the right, and down they go. Lord, and now Lord moving in left side. He's got help behind. Oh, here we go. We're going to fight at center. That interrupted the rush. Della Savita and Skate Scaldi. Trevor Lord is actually upset because he liked the scoring chance, and it's denied here. So we're going to get another scrap at center. Scaldi and Della Savita eventually. Della Savita trying to reach in to tie him up, and now they're going to try to throw some right. Scaldi just falls. And that one was over before it started. And unfortunately killed the scoring chance.
Just deflected up, and now we got a couple of guys that are going to go. So this is what they were talking about. Hunter Hall is going to throw with Binghamton's newest addition, Sam Holy. A couple of big guys. And they're squared up. They want to go in the crowd, a big crowd here in Watertown, all fired up for it as they're just kind of feeling each other out now, waiting for the other one to make the first move. Hall grabs a hold of Holy. Holy with a couple of right hands. Hall started to go down. He comes back up now. Holy whacking away with that right. Now Hall getting a couple in. He got a good undercut on. Trying to come over the top is not an easy thing to do on Sam Holy. He is a big kid. And now they're just going to wrestle each other down to the ice.
Remember, it was Paralat for future considerations, and then they traded Paralat for Rosenbaum, and that was the consideration. AJ Schlepp is going to drop the gloves. And here we go. He's going to challenge Denis Radchenko. Radchenko comes first, tries a quick right. Schlepp's got him off balance. A right over the top from Schlepp. Radchenko throwing some lefts, looking to take off his helmet. Schlepp goes couple more rights. Still exchanging, a good exchange, and the uppercut got him. AJ Schlepp takes down Denis Radchenko. As gloves are being dropped on the ground, McHugh drops them, and Spinelli will oblige. Here we go. McHugh and Brendan Spinelli at the logo at center. Spinelli closing in. Comes in hot first. McHugh gets him in tight. Spinelli misses with a right. McHugh with a couple good rights. Spinelli hanging in there. A machine gun of right hands. Spinelli's got him down, and down he goes. Brendan Spinelli. Who else wants one? Damon for Rusev with a big hit. Daly then runs into him. Thornton throws a slash. This is all behind the play as now they converge. Thornton's going to jump him. Here we go. Thornton and Daly in front of the Bobcats bench. Thornton, a hammer of a right hand. Got the bucket of Daly off, still going. He's got him pinned up again. You mess with the wave, you get the thorns.
The draw. Puck is dropped. Everybody getting into it now. Avery Smith takes his gloves off. Justin Schmidt wants to go. Nobody wants a piece. As now again, Brockway lines up with Avery Smith. Schmidt was looking for an opponent, didn't get it. As he chirps the bench. Smith with a right. Brockway swinging, but Smith gets another right, a third right, knocked the helmet off of Brockway. Brockway trying to get his arm free. Now he lands two. Smith swings wildly with his right and nabs him. Brockway still swinging, but he's hitting air. Smith getting a couple of solid lands in. Smith still punching away. Jersey came over the head of Brockway, and now Smith hammering him home. Smith still going. Brockway's top half of his equipment came off, and Avery Smith, winner on every card.
No goals in his last two games. Gets one here on the power play.
Oh.
And right off the draw, we're going to have it here at center ice. Garcia and Scantlebury. Garcia at 5'11". Scantlebury right now at 6'1". Center stage, they'll go. Scantlebury reaching in, and Garcia a few right hands. Firing at the body with Garcia, a couple right hands. Lost the helmet. Scantlebury trying to pull him down. And a left hand there from Garcia, and pounding him, Scantlebury, as he falls to the ice.
Two big rights from Scantlebury.
And that will fire up the home crowd right
now. Oh boy, now we got a fracas here. Bazarin just reaches out.
And here we go, right off the draw. Yep, just like you were talking about, Bazarin taking on Scantlebury and a few Moccasins players. Hanson coming in, and boy, everybody going right now here in this one. Forward tied up with his man.
Well, that was wild. The referee just got popped in the mouth on accident by Kyler Matthews, but he understood that was an accident. Oh! That was a big right hand to the back of the head. I can't tell if that's Hagen Moe on the bottom. No, it's Scantlebury, I think. There's a lot going on right now, and we're just gonna let some of this stuff work itself out.
Out to the far side, Amaniarov gets pinned to the boards as the puck's still resting there comfortably. And it looks like they're gonna go, dropping the gloves, Del Balso, and he's dropping the gloves, trying to see which 20 that is. Morissette into the neutral zone, picked up now by Alexanian as he toe drags here as they drop the gloves again. Morissette throwing in a couple of shots. And that fight coming against Cole Crowder. And Crowder able to take him down, but Morissette with a significant size disadvantage.
The Elmira River Sharks. Brett Morick is going right after Romeo Terrain right now behind the play as Bermanis took a shot, and now Terrain and Morick have the gloves down. They're battling away. Morick threw an uppercut. Morick with an overhand right. And they both go down.
Crom 2-on-1. Fphl to his left and a pad save. Chernyuk with a follow-up and frozen crucially by Tomei. We got a fight at center ice. And a big swing. Simonchik goes flying. Both players hit the ice. It was Dan Weber.
Nathan Bockwell with an assist as well. Big hit. That was Peyton Jones with a thundering check. Down in the corner on Brody Thornton, who's slow to his feet. Jones and Scaldi now gonna go. Scaldi wants a response, and he got him right in the face. His time expired. Jones sprawling down on the ground. Peyton Jones, welcome to the FPHL. A massive hit on Brody Thornton down in the other end, and now Scaldi and Jones get into a quick bounce. Scaldi trying to fire up his bench. Up the wall. Here's Scaldi looking to step by Christo. He can't. Christo gets into it with him. Christo and Scaldi having a conversation. Christo wants one with Skate Scaldi. Why not Dimi Christo? Scaldi misses. Oh, down he goes. Christo with a bomb. Oh, yeah, Dimi. His first career fighting major does not disappoint. Still going at it with Scaldi. Oh, he came in hot. Scaldi with his second fight of the night. This one didn't go as well. A couple quick bouts. Christo.
Taking the opening drop. And unlike last night, we start 5-on-5, but we do not start with hockey, we start with a bout. Fphl and Pv dropping the mitts. Right at center ice, Pv tries to come over the top with some right hands. Fphl fights back, and they both go down quick. Came over and inches away from Alex Johnson's face, screamed at him. And now we get a fight. Ryan Parsons is going with Bogdan Zinchenko. Here we go at center. These two size each other up, and now they go. Zinchenko firing away right hands. Parsons coming back with the right hands of his own. Parsons uppercut. Another one over top. Parsons trying to rip Zinchenko's bucket off. Parsons, an uppercut. Overhand right. Parsons takes down Zinchenko. And as he got back to his skates, they break it up. And now Graham jumps Esposito off the draw, and those two will tussle. Graham firing left hands now with his right, and he gets Esposito down.
Up the right side, here comes McGill Diaz. Cross ice, Gullo cutting to his right. Puck at the point, but hard. A shot blocked by traffic. And oh, here we go. Apollon throwing punches in front of the net. He's got a Blue Ridge player by the scruff, and he's just getting some lefts in underneath. Now he goes back to the right. Apollon underneath with a bunch of lefts, and he takes the player down to the ice. I'm not sure who that Blue Ridge player was because Apollon had that jersey up so fast. First Seth on the wing, trying to push that one in. Robinson can't clear it out. Oh, here we go. Della Savita and Ross. And they're going to back up to center. They engage. Della Savita with the right free, goes for the hand, and he gets the bucket off. Now he gets the jersey and gets a heavy right in on Ross, who goes down to the ice.
It's only down by 2 now. It was a lot worse at the first. So it's 5-3 now.
And now the linesman is coming over to Yanni Liarakos.
What's up with Barrow? Is Barrow hurt?
Barrow has a glove to his face, and now, here we go! Skate Scaldi! And Casey Gerstein. That's been brewing for a while. Joel Texmo separated from the pile.
Tomorrow night for a little extra spray here.
Yeah, could use it.
No, that's roughing.
Are we going to have some extracurriculars? Yes, we are. Skate Scaldi. Oh, goodness. Rasmus Asp.
Oh, you got it more going on in the corner. That
Now
Schumacher.
Masternak and Scaldi talking, and oh my. Skate Scaldi laying a beat down onto Ballant. Oh, baby! Tyler Roy skating out to center ice. He goes to the bench. Masternak back into the crease. And Tyler Masternak just had a little bit too much to say to skate Scaldi.
Chipped around to the right side, not out of the zone yet. Paralot around to Greco on the near side, and Milan on the far side getting into it with Gilbert. Here they go. Gloves are off. Gilbert has the bucket off on Milan, and they'll try to throw. They end up down on the ice. Not too many punches exchanged there, but
he'll skate off to the bench. Barron's on for him. And now a fight. Newberg dropping the gloves with Andrioli. Newberg, the former Bobcat, going at it. And Caden Fphl hyping up the fans. Newberg with a couple jabs. Andrioli there with a couple low ones. And Newberg taken down to the ice. And they'll call it dead here.
Grasby and Stoya locked up below the goal line. I'm not sure if Grasby's looking for a fight or what. Now here we go, Stoya and Grasby down in Borodkin's end. They are tangled up pretty good. Grasby looking for a jolt for his team. Stoya can't get his right arm free. Grasby turtling. Stoya a couple big time rights. Stung him in the face. Stoya and Grasby lock up again. Grasby not going down without a fight. Stoya's got him in a headlock and then caught him once again in the face over the top with the right. Then Grasby back with one of his own, and they both go down to the ice.
Drop of the puck, and Colarusso goes right after Johnson. Here we go. Couple uppercuts from Colarusso, getting him in the back of the head, trying to drag him down, pull his helmet off. Johnson has his fist cocked as Colarusso on the ground, but the linesmen jump in real quick and say, I don't think so. That is that. Some rumors on whether or not those two would go. And there they went. So Pavlov jumps on the ice, and now we've got Bradburn going now against Austin Federley. Bradburn's got family in the stands, wants to show off. Here we go. Bradburn in his 4th FPHL game gets him with the left and drops him right away. Oh, Noah Bradburn, where'd that come from? Well, you thought it was done on Sunday. It's not. This rivalry is hot and ready to go. All right, here we go again. More guys going at it. Seth Bacon now jumping in. Welcome to the Indiana Sentinels. Bacon and Ben Brockway going toe-to-toe at center ice. Bacon with the right. Brockway with the right to answer. Bacon's got his bucket off. Bacon with an uppercut. There we go. Get him down to the ground.
Stone and sent right back in. Newman will pick it up along the near boards, and he's driven into the boards. And staying down on the play, I think that's Durazio rather. Kirkby's jawing with Newman well behind the play as Watertown just carries it in the offensive end and dumps, and now Kirkby and Newman are going to toss. Kind of an innocuous play started the whole thing. It was Durazio on the near side, and now Newman and Kirkby's going to stand up for Durazio. Neither of these guys really fighters, but they're getting a good round of applause here. Not a lot of shots thrown. Now Newman with a couple of rights. Newman still on his feet, gets a couple of really good ones in now on Kirkby. And Kirkby trying to answer back with his right hand. Newman comes over the top, and the two of them, I think, both now have tired themselves out just enough.
Back out where it came from. Kerr had to be careful there. Cunningham chasing after it. The Prowler zone gets sent hard into the wall, and here comes Bormanis. Millett now jumping in over one of the defensemen that came into play. Not sure which defenseman that is. That might be Pavlov, as now they chuck him. Here's Millett, who's going overhand on Pavlov. Pavlov, who's trying to go into the turtle, and Millet's still pounding him.
Swing side. Carries it in, top of the circle. A shot. He hit his own man, and it trickles on in, and Colgan holds it now. For the first time all night, we get a little bit of pushing and shoving here. Scaldi in the pile as he pulls down Zajic from behind. Moore over there, and now wrestling in front is Galvin and Abdella, and Scaldi's helmet is off. Oh, here we go. Scaldi's going to fight with Frolov. Now, this is not a pair I thought I saw coming. Frolov is going to go with Skate Scaldi. Here they go. Frolov reaching in with the left. They spin around and oh, my goodness.
They got a 2-goal lead at 3-1 here in the middle period tonight. Crowder laid a hit on Ford, and here we go. We're going to have a fight. Crowder tackles him down.
In his career, and he
Zimmerman and
Adrian are going to go now. That's
out of nowhere.
Just
These
started
two guys
away
got
from
shoving.
the play, yeah.
Oh man, Adrian.
Yeah.
Yo, Adrian, he got him a couple of times, still going.
Oh, he's unloaded a couple of big hits, yeah.
Zimmerman went down and then popped right back up, and Adrian, and now Grant Menace is going to go with Cherniak.
They've got, and Grant Menace, about a foot shorter than Cherniak, just dropped him.
Wow.
Grant Menace delivered a right hand on the shot. Was Matt Graham, and then this one's going to get lifted out, and now we got one going. Powers getting tangled up. Then Brockway and Roger Powers going at it. Each exchanging a couple of good blows. Now they'll get tangled up. The official's going to let him go, though, as then Brockway throws a couple of more left hands over the top. Powers gives him one jab right back, and now the officials will grab hold of them, and they will get an extended break. They're going to need it after that. Down by Varava, and now they'll stick each other a couple times. Now they're going to go. Matt Graham and Gleb Varava have squared up with each other. Graham, a veteran of the FPHL, Varava, first year in the Fed, and they've got tangled up. Nobody's actually thrown a decent punch yet. Varava threw one over the top, and now Graham throws one right back. Both of them trying to reach over, but they both got a good hit on the hold of the sweaters, and now Varava with a couple of big right hands onto Matt Graham, and then they'll both end up down on the ice, and that'll put an end to that one. Side, I don't think Price saw him, and Matt Gordon able to take it right back. Brad Ryder out, and now we've got an all-out brawl going right in front of the Watertown bench as Quinn Chevers absolutely just unloaded on Brian Parsons, and now MGM also getting into that mix, and we've got multiple fights going on. Dustin Henning just wrapping his arms around Jamie Bussell, to Parsons. Parsons tried to jump back up to get in the fight, and now he'll go over and give a shot to the back of Matthew Gilbert. Dustin Henning trying to get calmer heads to prevail.
Royer will do it with Martin, and we've got a fight. Spinelli and Erickson will square off back in the breaker's end. Looking for a response after the hit on Rhodey. Spinelli latches first couple rights. Erickson comes back with a few. Erickson and Spinelli exchange a couple to the face. Spinelli with an undercut. Erickson's missing a few. Spinelli looking to tug him down. Erickson's free with the right. Spinelli gets the helmet off. Erickson looking to yank him down. Both guys giving it their all. Down goes Erickson. Brendan Spinelli stays perfect. Saucers to Martin. Martin's quick shot turned aside. Fisher collided with Sharma. Then Royer gets run by Martin. And Fisher didn't like that. He's going to come over for some words and drop the gloves with Martin. Here we go. Martin and Fisher in front of the near glass. Fisher with a big right. Martin comes back with one. Fisher's got him in a headlock. Pulls his jersey over his head, and then one more right from Fisher as Martin takes him down to the ice. On the rebound, Rhodey shoved it on net, and Hussey made the save. And now here we go, another kerfuffle starting. Thornton didn't like it. And some words being exchanged ahead of the next face-off. As now Rhodey was just shoved by Hussey. And tensions beginning to come to a boil here in Whitfield. Rahul Sharma's going to skate his way up to the red line. Is Hussey going to accept the challenge? Sharma wants it, banging his stick at the blue line. Hussey doesn't notice. Here we go. Hussey's coming on out. Here we go. It's a goalie fight at center ice. Greg Hussey and Rahul Sharma. Sharma locks on. Hussey a couple rights. Sharma trying to get free. Hussey a few more right hands. Sharma still can't get free. Hussey with an undercut. Sharma comes over the top and takes him down. Rahul Sharma takes this goalie fight.
And this will be icing. So 6:10 to go in the second. And then behind the play, CJ Stubbs gets tied up with a hat trick and takes him down to the ice.
Up top, Underwood over one time, Hunter, and Rutherford coming to his left makes the save, and well, here we go. They get into a pile over there. Some gloves came off, and at least one, maybe two helmets. Popoff looks like one of them. Through onto the left side. Delays, a little flip into space. Frolov tied up. And now, oh boy, centering feed. Somehow that went right past the stick. Oh, here we go. Scaldi wrapped up in a fight back in behind the play with Frolov. They end up on the ice. I did not see how that one started. But Scaldi goes in there, and Frolov is just waving goodbye.
Henning the Wolves captain, floating it down deep. And now Brian Parsons is getting a penalty here. Parsons goes after Malsagov. And now Malsagov drops the mitts with Brian Parsons. In game 300, Brian Parsons is throwing the Nucks. Parsons with an overhand right. Parsons still going with Malsagov, and he takes him down. That one heated up quick.
And he couldn't get it teed up, picked up though, and fired by Zinchenko from the left wing side. And the stop is made by Bernard, and then gloves drop Corey Lind in deep in the far corner against one of the Sentinels. The linesman in there separating them. So the hostilities start to develop here in period number one. And that was Christos Bormanis.
Those issues out. Mo around one. And now off the puck, Gerstein and Croucher getting into it. And Croucher just looks at him like, really, man? Really? And then there's a punch there. You got a great view of it. Scantlebury and Paralat. Just let him go. Let Paralat get in at him. Oh, great. Paralat gets some punches down on the ice as he was already down from Scantlebury. How about a little return of the favor? And now Lukaryov has a hold of somebody too. Lukaryov like a wrestling Russian bear there. And look at Perlat and Scantleberry punching around the referee there. Both players having choice words for one another. All of that exploded so quickly. Off the puck there, it's Garcia and Croucher. Come back, we still have a lot more going on. Things are still, we're showing the replay. I think that's what was happening right after the replay here.
Cart ahead off an Indiana stick, and Kerr decides to cover up. And now we got some more. Couple of guys pairing off. Ponovanov has dropped his gloves. So's Blake Anderson. Looks like they're going to go. Ponovanov throwing some left hands. Anderson answering with some rights. A spirited bout between those two. And I think now they're done.
Tola shoots. That's tipped wide by Larwood. Palfy holds. And holds on to St. Pierre. Will play on. And then a cross check on St. Pierre. But Drazov didn't like it. And here they go. Berdrazov tied up here. Couple lefts from Palfy. Berdrazov is down and the linesmen step in.
Now Swain and company come back far side. Gloves are dropped and we got a tilt. Kyle Steffen for the Black Bears trying to throw some big punches. Trying to get some separation and instead just wrestles his man Bacon down to the ground.
Love to see that out of Steph.
Behind Gilbert going to pick it up for Watertown. It came right back out in front. Varavov is going to get called for a tripping call as he's just going to throw a leg out in front of Rivers, and now he and Frandudo have decided they're going to drop the gloves and they're going to go at it. Varavov been here for a couple of weeks. He's not afraid to mix it up. Both guys with a shirt or a handful of shirt, each trying to get a little poke with their right hand, and now Varavov's able to lob a couple over the top. Frandudo threw one back at him. Not a lot going on there as they push and shove just a little bit. Now Frandudo is going to get a good shot. Varavov, a couple of right hands, missed on the first one, lost an edge, went down, gets right back up, and Varavov, a couple of big left hands. Frandudo tries to answer, and he took a big shot from Varavov, went down to the knees, but did pop right back up, but the officials are going to say that's enough, and they will separate the two.
That got deflected. Spinning down is Gallant. Now we're going to have a fight. Garcia jumps in and wrestles Trey Fisher down to the ice. Save made by Barokin again. Seeley racing over, Salak back behind the net. Now Garcia in a back and forth. And he may go try to score here. Racing off is Babbitt. Now the gloves are off, and Garcia's taking punches. Now we got guys coming together. And that is probably going to be a suspension for trying to fight an unwilling opponent. Garcia just never really wanted to go there. And we got sticks and gloves laying all over the ice. Still words being had with Garcia and AJ Schlepp.
Seven minutes gone by in the third, and the Scarecrows have taken a 3-2 lead as we'll get our first fight of the evening. Josh Newberg and Lee Varava. Newberg and Varava at center ice, sizing each other up. Newberg comes over the top with a right, ends up down on the ice, gets right back up, and now they start trading rights. Varava, a sharp angle right, gets Newberg down to a knee. Newberg pops right back up. Still the wrestling continues, and then Newberg comes up with an uppercut and gets the takedown. Now Josh Newberg.
Reed pass to Panovanov on left wing with the play whistled down, and we've got gloves dropping, and it's going to be Emery for Binghamton and Ross for Indiana. Squaring off just outside the Indiana blue line. Now they tie one another up, and Ross trying to get his right free. Emery coming with some rights. Emery landing a couple of rights, and they go down, and they'll be separated here. So that one started in behind the play. Emerson Emery and Zach Ross.
Across from Mo. And here we go. There it is. Jordan Popoff and Rasmus Aspen. They're going to go to center. As they look to square off here. Popoff in with the left. Asp will try to oblige him, but now they're just going to throw the rights. Asp is coming in with the rights as his helmet pops off. He goes for Popoff's helmet. Popoff back with rights of his own. Asp trying to come underneath. Popoff back the other way. They tie up and down to the ice they go. Well, Popoff hit his head on the ice there when he went down.
Crosses over. His wrist shot is caught by Tomei, and more stuff going on after the whistle. Kandarica and Anderson in the middle of it. And the linesman get on top of those two guys.
Danger by Abdella. Elbow, oh baby, huge hit. Now Gallagher trying to send it in front. Now a fight. Elbow, a couple lefts on Abdella, and the linesmen step in. Elbow punished the PD player. That was Frolov, who's slow to get up.
Play broken up there. Johansson, he's thrown down. And we're going to have a fight. Jan Salak deals out some justice.
The D, but coming right back to get in his way there was Connor Lind. As now he and Dawson get tied up. They're going to go at it. Dawson with his bucket off, trying to get some right overhands in. Dawson gets one right on the right cheek, trying to get a couple free now as he's pinned up along the wall. Lind trying to get his hand underneath for uppercuts. Can't get anything free, and they both go tumbling to the ground.
Marquise Grant Mentis all involved. As the puck drops, everybody keeps their gloves on, and we're underway. Although Zimmerman and Jamer, they're gonna go! First pro fight for Jamer, and he's whacking away. Jamer has his jersey over his head, he's still going. Zimmerman throwing some rights. Jamer firing away, over the top, he's got him down, and the linesman breaks. board here on Justin Jamer in his second pro game.
Will be interference after all. Nice hit, but an illegal one at the wrong time. So 2 minutes assessed to Al Rody coming as Austin Weber looking to mix it up with Rody here. More pushing and shoving with the officials right in the teeth of it, and it's going to head over to the wall. And Weber trying to get a few shots off. There's a scrum. Referee's down on the ice. Trying to see who's at the center of it, but pretty far from high above the ice here at the Coliseum. Everybody trying to pull bodies out. Austin Weber is throwing some punches of his own, and now down he goes. Oh, and one last huge haymaker. Weber back up to his feet. It's Al Rody getting involved with his first pro fight. And we're underway. Oh my goodness, a Mississippi melee right off the jump. Garrett Johnson's headed out of the goal. A full line brawl. He's headed down to see Ed Coffey. Ed Coffey not moving off the crossbar. Johnson grabbing him over on the far side. A takedown for Brad Richardson. Garrett Johnson, Zydeco, and Spinelli going at it in the neutral zone. Alexanian tied up with a man. Ford and Pomelian with one another. Spinelli takes down Johnson. Garrett Johnson still trying to go after Ed Coffey. A slew of penalties.
I haven't seen him on the ice yet, I believe, but I do think we're going to have the return of Yanni Lirakos for the Moccasins in this game. Hit in the corner once again, and we're going to have a penalty on the play coming up here. Greco trying to get a piece of somebody, and now they're going to go. In the corner, gloves are dropped, down goes one. Greco with punches in it green. That one's for Milan. You've got to believe it. And now Jesse Lowell wants a piece of Branch.
Man, it gets on through and a breakaway. Storjahan with it, and he scores.
Well, meanwhile,
an extra right here after the whistle here. This time, Doherty swinging away right now. Him and Kirstein.
Net team dislodged, and looks like Jesse Anderson's going to answer the bell against Jamie Bussell.
Right off the draw, both players shed their sticks, shed their gloves. Jesse Anderson and Jamie Bussell, once teammates, now adversaries. Anderson throwing some rights first, now Bussell counters, twisting and going. Around Romikers, forehand over to Parsons, tries 5-hole, denied, then floated up into the air, poached by Tomei, and Tyson Kirkby and Brian Parsons have had enough of each other. Dead center ice, Kirkby and Parsons.
I think everyone's had about enough of each other in this game.
They're trying to grab hold of the jerseys. They didn't like grabbing the hands. Now they do. Kirkby throwing the first right hand. Parsons waiting. Kirkby going for the overhead, trying to pull the jersey on top. Coming over. Linesman trying to separate. Kirkby's trying to still continue on. And the two linesmen get in between the two. 15 seconds left to go in the period. Oh, what a reverse hit by Shea Carr on Favaro. 8 seconds left to go in the period. More tempers flare. And we're gonna have another fight. Jammer and Cervoni shake off their gloves. Another bout at dead center ice.
Attaboy, CC, way to handle business. Attaboy right there. coming out for 2 minutes.
Puck is pushed back by Stone. And there's more rough stuff at the end. Boussel and Shankar. This has been brewing for a long time. They're going to drop the gloves at center ice.
I don't think we have enough room in the penalty box for everyone.
Checo pinned to the wall by Palffy. And a hit from behind. That's going to be a penalty. And not going to take kindly to that. Avery Smith starts pushing. Now he drops the gloves. He and Palffy are going to go. Palffy with rights. 3 rights by Palffy. And Avery Smith goes down. Smith grabbing at something there. He is not comfortable. Checo as now again. The fight is coming. Palffy and Avery Smith. It's a center ice fight. Avery Smith saying, let's go. Drops the gloves, and here we go. Avery Smith gets ready. Palffy chases him. Smith leads with a right, but doesn't connect. Smith trying to get a hand free now as he and Palffy get tied up. Smith uses it with the left. Now Palffy reaches. Now Palffy is taken off as he gets Smith's helmet off. Smith takes him down. Not much of a battle, but again, a couple of solid rights and lefts. As the puck drops in, a fight coming here as Keller throws the gloves off, throws 3 rights. Now he takes 2, 3, 4, 5 rights, 6 rights, a 7th right, an 8th right, a 9th right. Nagy letting him have it. Now Keller just trying to stay alive here as Nagy takes him down to the ice. Keller was throwing anything he could to try to get separation, and Nagy is going to take a bow. Baton Rouge with some body contact, and they will hustle up and out of the zone. Some talking down there is Trevor Lord having words. Poked back to center ice. And now some glove waggling, but nothing more going as Alexanian and Trevor Lord mouthing at each other. Alexanian still pushing off of Lord. And Connor Lynn takes his time. Now here we go. Alexanian and Lord back at center ice. Narek Alexanian looking. Lord, arms at his sides, saying, come on, let's go. You wanted this. And Alexanian cocked. Now Lord gets a hold of him. Pulls on him, trying to get a hand free. Alexanian lands a right, as now again he's tied up. His jersey being held. Lord with a right, another right, and again ties him up. And now Alexanian being taken down. And Trevor Lord having none of it. Pulls the jersey off Alexanian's head. So not much for the fisticuffs.
Mott tried to break in, puck forced to the corner. Dumas shoved down in the corner. Good night. Hamilton, oh, here we go. Farmer and Hamilton, right to center. Jake Hamilton ready to lean in here. Farmer reaches him with the left. Hamilton comes at him with the left. Caught him with a couple. They spin free of each other. Farmer has to readjust the helmet. Hamilton, he'll go in there. He's like, come on, let's go, get back in here. Hamilton goes in for the grapple now. They're tied up in tight. Hamilton gets a right free and gets him in there. He's got the jersey up on Farmer. Just throwing the bomb. Farmer trying to come back, but the linesman get in there.
But able to be tapped towards the red line. CJ Stubbs going to end up with it. Plays it back into the offensive end. Lets the shot go. That one's knocked down in front of McCallum. Rebound came right back where he had to reach out and smother that one and get another quick stop in play. And now MGM on the far side is going to fight everybody in a white jersey. And then he's going to get knocked down.
Yeah, Weaver's got to be careful over there. Grant Menace jumped him for sure. But while he's down on the ice, I mean, Weaver just took a two-hand poke at him with the stick. Can't do that. That's.
Boy, Marquise Grant Menace, I think he hit 3 different players in a white jersey over there.
Yeah. He was fired up on that shift.
Yeah.
Work it through there that time, Gherkin. And now we get a whistle here, and the stoppers will play a little extra 2 right now as we go down the stretch here in this period. And now Gherkin He's going to drop the gloves right now. Him and Scaldi, those two will go at it. Scaldi just off his 4-game suspension. Going to get into it right now with the rookie and Gherkin. Those two throwing some right hands. Gherkin a right hand again on Scaldi, trying to get set, and Gherkin dropping Scaldi. The middle. Scaldi around the back. Handing off there now, and a shot. That time from Patakin. Goes over the top, and right now Asp, this time trading off with a couple right hands. Looks like him and Texmo throwing some late around. Texmo right hand, Asp uppercut, no helmet right now for Texmo. Right now Asp again tying up a big 6'4" defenseman right now, and the jersey taken off here of Texmo, who stands at 6'1", and Asp falling down as he goes backwards there.
Down to a knee, takes it wide. And now there's chaos in the corner. Romeo Terrain has got, I believe, Michael Greco in a bear hug, and now there's multiple involved. Leafers takes down a man. Leafers has got a man in the guillotine. And Michael Greco brings the tank to its feet. Four through traffic, and it goes wide. Athens is going to get defeated by the Sentinels for the first time, and then Johnson makes a run at Cunningham right afterwards. Frustrations boiling over after the Lobsters were put in the pot by Indiana. Croucher there throwing punches, gets taken down from behind. The Lobsters lose their cool and lose their head a little bit. It may not mean much in the grand scheme of things, and now Virgili and Hippolyte Smith. Oh, this is really getting bad. This is really, really getting bad. You get the frustration, you get it. But Athens needs everybody it can get in that crucial 2 games against the Moccasins. And you do not want to give the Department of Player Safety any reason to take any extra action.
The icing, don't think he'll be able to, but the referees wave it off. Oh, and there's McIsaac. McIsaac's going at it with Millette, and they're going to go. It's not going to last that long as Dave McIsaac sent out there for a shift, didn't even notice, and his jersey is fully off. Still wanting a piece of Reggie Millette, trying to fight through the referees. Getting his money's worth. There you can see his face. A good look there. Just an amoeba of jerseys tangled up together. Rivers entering the circle now. McIsaac's jersey halfway off. We'll throw it back on, and
circle. Fans want to call, not going to get it. From the end boards, from the white circle, and now looks like there's a tussling match. And now Larwood dropping the gloves, and it takes him down with a suplex here at center ice. The captain leading by example.
And getting an assist there off the turnover. Finding Bondarenko, as you said, this time a goal rather than an assist, and we're going to have a fight at center ice. Josh Newberg and Mason Hohen. Got cymbals crashing in my right ear from the stands as Newberg goes at it.
And yeah, the officials break it up pretty quickly, but I love
for Hugo Koch. Near side Bartlett. Into the middle off the skate of Spinelli. And now Bazarin's going to jump Rody. Koch getting involved. And we got a pandemonium in the neutral zone. Ford sheds the gloves. Bartlett getting involved. Katola trying to play sheriff. I don't know if that formally started or if Bazarin jumped Rody, but they're still struggling to get untangled. 4-1 over the Breakers here tonight. And now Schlepp is going at it with Heath Ford, feeding him some rights. Once again, similar to last night, AJ Schlepp getting involved, and once again, the benches are going to clear. Ciolik locked up. Ford just took a bunch of shots from Schlepp, who's still trying to get free and throw punches. Bazarin in the mix as well. Great shot on the camera this time. The linesman goes down. We're still going. Schlepp still feeding rights. Heath Ford finally ushered out by the officials. Still barking with Schlepp. And Schlepp will be escorted off the sheet.
Puck is down, gloves are down as well. It's Connor Bazal and the rookie Braden Gedman. Gedman, 20 years of age in his first pro game. He's throwing a good couple of rights. Bazal trying to push him down. Now Bazal's got the uppercuts going. And he takes Gedman down, and Gedman's leaking. Brockway, I believe, wants to go with Varava. He's lined up. We may have another fight here. And we do. Ben Brockway and Gleb Varava. They'll move to center ice. Here comes our 8 vision camera out of the penalty box to capture it. Take your ringside. Varava throws the right. Brockway got spun around. Now they grab, and they come apart again. Brockway in his return to the lineup, hammering left hands. Varava with some rights. Now Varava going uppercut. Brockway comes back with a big right hand. Brockway's lost his helmet, and they go down. His way to the cage. And now there goes Parsons after Grant Mentis. And now they're going to go.
You could see this one coming.
Parsons and Grant Mentis. Grant Mentis swinging wildly. Parsons has Grant Mentis wrapped up. And they spin down to the ice. There, they have their own Dasher board ad.
I see that now, yeah.
And now we have another fight. Brockway hammering away with a Watertown Wolf. That's Chris Affinetti. Affinetti using his left hand. Affinetti, the 46-year-old veteran with over 500 penalty minutes to his name in the FPHL. They get wrapped up, and the linesmen separate them. Meanwhile, back the other way for Diaz. Pass across. Swung and missed by Corgan. And back come the Prowlers. Bazal for Favoro. And now James is dropping the mitts with McDonald. Luke James will settle it himself. That's the much bigger Ian McDonald. McDonald throwing some right hands. James trying to fire back. And they break it up. Brett Lockhart didn't like that. And now Lockhart and Gedman are going to drop the mitts. Lockhart hammering right hands on Gedman. As Gedman lost his balance. And that left him susceptible.
They call him the Knockout King. Let's see here as puck is dropped, one back, and here we go. Cunningham and Cantrell. As now they get set. Cantrell with the helmet off, grabs hold, throws a right, tries to throw another one. Cunningham trying to get free as now Cantrell with body shot, another one. Cunningham waving at it, trying to get it going. Cantrell still swinging, and Cantrell goes down. The hockey player and the boxer as John Cantrell takes a bow.
Pinned up behind the net now, Daly. Alvo drags, shoots high as Garcia and Andreoli are tied up behind the net. And now we get whistles. They're going to go. Andreoli and Garcia. Andreoli waiting them out. Center ice, main card belt. Grab, big right from Andreoli. 3 big rights. Down he goes. Oh, mercy. The right hand of justice delivered by the anvil, Carson Andreoli.
Out from center ice, they'll pour it back in. Shot from the outside, into the mesh. Out of play, a little extra too here. Greco right now here, throwing down that time.
Frankel.
On Frankel.
I said Frankel's a very physical player. He doesn't really get into too many altercations.
Drop pass, Stuckless couldn't get through. Here comes Millette with Bucell, but Millette was dragged down by Stuckless. Penalty coming up, and Dietrich dumped Daly. Alvo comes in to hit Dietrich. Bucell and Alvo look like they're going to drop the Mets. Bucell hammering right hands at Steven Alvo. Alvo missed with a wild right. Bucell has his man down, and he decides the fight's over.
Holding on to it. Works it to Christie, back in front for a shot on Babin, rebound loose, and that one jumped over the top.
And now we're going to have one melee in that crease.
I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking shoot you.
Oh, there's a lot going on now. Everybody's going there down low. This is when the frustration finally popped. The boys have had enough. You know, I think it all stems back to that first period when everything got completely out of hand. Now everybody's paired up, got a dance partner. Masternak's even out. You ain't no telling what's going to happen here, but Babin's actually looking. He's pointing at him. That might not be the brightest thing. Babin does like to fight. At this point, I think Masternak's up for it. And Masternak's going to center.
Said, Pete, this all stems back from the first period.
Yeah, it really does. This all stems back to the first period when it got out of control. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Here's Lenkov on the right wing, cutting in with the puck. Backdoor feed. Zajac save made. Babin coming to his right. And now Zajac's going to draw a crowd there. Boy, Columbus is just looking for any excuse to get in there. And Della Savita gets into the pile right away. Lenkov's going to throw. Lenkov's got the mitts off. And he is trying to take swings, and he is going to go with Barrow. Now Barrow is hugged away by Della Savita. Those two of the 3 league-leading scorers during the regular season. You don't think the playoffs mean a lot to these guys?
Game 1, 5-2 in the Florence Center. And then the Black Bears got a wake-up call and responded with a 2-1 win in game number 2, an 8-1 win in game 3. 20 seconds left to go here in game 4. It's pinned up against the wall. Wilson's got it, sends it off the back glass. Binghamton able to get the clear. Clock will strike midnight for Cinderella, but signals the arrival of the Black Bears Dynasty. It's a three-peat for the Binghamton Black Bears.